Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to 3DHP. How's it going? Today is Saturday. It's time for another hangout. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, had a lot of stuff going on. Been working on this, working on that. I've got one person in the green room, my wife Betty Boop 45, and we'll be having other people drop in. Let me say hi to a few people in chat here, and we'll get going. Let's see, Matt German. Hello, Matt. How you doing? Let's see, 322 laser engraving or engraving. Hello, how you doing? Stephen Poole. Hey, Stephen. SBC 3D. Hello, hello. Hey, Betty Boot. Let's see. Dominic T64. Hello, Dominic. Louise. Hello. Andrew Osmond. Nice to see you. Hello. Hill Audra. Hello, Dean. Chris Mink, hello, how you doing? So let me bring my wife in real quick. She's in the house. I'm out in the garage, and here's my wife, Betty Boop 45. Hey, Betty Boop. How you doing?
Hi. He broke the Frozen?
Look at the camera. What about Frozen?
Louis says he broke the Frozen, but the fat focus is still in the box.
Oh, yeah, he's replacing his FEP on the Frozen. Yeah. It's not a big deal. Simple to do. He's got them in the mail coming. So, anyway, what's everybody up to? How's it going? If anybody'd like to drop in, if I know who you are, you're welcome to come and hang out and chat about what you got going on. I'll put the
Carrie, you know you're supposed to come in.
Link right here. And there's the link right there. And we got a man in the back room that's going to be on in about 4 hours. He's going to be going live. Hey, Tim, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. What's going on?
Hey, Betty Boop. Very good. Not much. Just getting my brain exercise today. I'm doing all things duet. So
cool.
I'm trying to figure out how to.
Hey, Karen.
Just for you, Brandy.
Thank you.
Hey, look how clean and tidy I got my wiring.
Oh, that looks nice.
That's good.
Much better than it was. So
is that the spiral wraparound?
No, it's a cable.
That's a split.
Yeah,
a split tube.
It's a split thing. I bought a big bunch of it.
Awesome.
For like $12 on Amazon. A huge pile of it. It's like a big snake.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's what you want because you can get in and out of it easy. Yeah.
It's real easy to get into there. And then the same thing I put on the front here. I put the same thing.
Hey,
Hey, Zolan.
So I put the same thing up top. You can just kind of see it up top there.
Okay.
And then and then for the bed and the thermistor underneath, I put a little thinner material, just a little thinner stuff. So
is that the stuff you have to coil around the wire? It's got a single slit in it.
Single slit,
and then it sort of folds in on itself.
Okay, it's the hard plastic stuff.
Very soft.
Okay, so it's different than what I have.
Yeah,
I've had the stuff
soft.
like they have in the automotive world. It's really hard.
Mine might lose power.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What, you got a bad storm going on there?
No, but I just watched all my lights flicker.
Oh.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey, Kenny. Hey, Dean. Yeah, so I got to find a cable now long enough to go from my Duet board to my Raspberry Pi. This one just doesn't quite fit. So, yeah.
Did you look at getting one of those terminal adapters for your C-type connection just for powering up your Pi?
The one that you recommended that I have hooked up right here.
Excellent.
Yeah,
excellent. That's a tidy solution because with the Pi, and it works fine.
Yeah, it came in Friday. Works perfect. Yeah. When I power up the whole thing, everything lights up. All the lights are steady.
Excellent.
Yeah, because the GPIOs are fine, but they're a clumsy way. If you can just use the USB port, it makes it a lot tidier. So
apparently there's a firmware update for this board from 3.22 to 3.3. And then apparently I got to figure out how to get rep wrap on this by hooking this up through the Pi. And this is where I go like, I don't know. This is where I wave the white flag and go help. But I'm reading the documentation on the Duet board, and it's really, really complicated. And I was just chatting with Jason on Messenger, and he said that they make it sound a lot more complicated than it needs to be. So, yeah, because they talk about
the hard part's getting all the wiring done. I mean, that's just software. So I mean, you can get all the wiring done.
Software. I think the software. I overcomplicate. Like they say something about hooking it up through a software called YAT. So I downloaded this thing called YAT. And yeah, it can communicate with the board. It tells me the version of the board, but that's it. And I can't do. Then I started reading how to upgrade the firmware, and it's like that's where it lost me. Yeah. So, anyways,
are you in outer space, Solon? What's up?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, I've been trying out new layouts. So I got things like, or when I decide to start doing Twitch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I did this one without the Twitch fodder around it because, well, this isn't on Twitch.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
Very cool.
Twitch seems to be the big thing these days.
And Mr. Kieran, what's up with you?
Yeah, I finally got my bathroom innovations finished and plumbed in, so the wife's happy she can have a bath now. She's making use of it, so she's ecstatic.
Do you have any pictures to share?
You want to make the wife happy?
Oh, I've got a picture
I know
here.
we've seen it all torn up.
Yeah, I'll show it. Looks like done. Hang on one second. Let me just find a picture here. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, here we go. This is what it looks like now. Let's share this. Let's just hang on. We'll just share the screen.
Strawberry.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Very nice.
So it's got a.
I like that tub.
Yeah, so does the wife. So it's got a full shower and dual sinks in it.
Very nice. Very
Oh,
nice.
that's the old one. That's the old one. Where's the new one? Where's the new one?
I like that sink. Jiggery.
There we go. That's the new one.
Oh, cool.
It's gone.
I've always
Oh,
wanted
very
to
cool.
sink.
Yeah, so the old one was a pain in the ass. I mean, doesn't look like ugly. Just gone from that to that. So much cleaner.
I like that.
All because of a leaky shower. So leaky shower's fixed. So definitely fixed, I hope.
Cool.
So there we go.
Yeah, we have original bathrooms from 21 years ago, but 3 or 4 years ago, I busted out the countertops and I put in concrete countertops. I formed it up and poured it and stained them, and I got the concrete countertops in. So if I ever go to remove them, I got to bust them out again with double jack.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, that means it was or make it someone else's problem.
He did
Yeah.
a really good job. He did the kitchen.
And I did the kitchen,
stuff.
all the kitchen counters. I did the same thing there.
Yeah, can't bust them. You can't stain them. Great, concrete's good. Great material.
I had to buy the molding from a company online that has a finished edge, but then all the rest of it was my labor. It just had to buy those corners.
And the
Yeah,
color.
let someone else worry about it. No, it was just a pain in the ass because the damp course behind the shower was never done right, so leaked. And when I fix it, do it properly, gut the whole thing and do it properly, so it's done right now. So.
I gotta move my pie.
Uh-oh. Yeah, and then now since it's getting to Halloween, so it's now time to play with the ghosts.
Oh, cool.
So,
Oh, nice.
Glow in the dark. I've never tried glow in the dark film yet.
it's not glow in the dark, it's just a tea light inside it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Whoops.
Okay.
There was one in there.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
so my only Halloween decoration, because Halloween's not big in Australia, but I saw this, so I thought I'll give it a go and see how it comes out, and it come out really, really nice. With the-
You've got a ghost to your right side, Brandy. You want to grab it? Very nice.
so
Tim, you're on 4 hours, right?
6 o'clock my time, which is 4 hours.
Okay, so I'll end my stream after 3.
I've got to. I'll be leaving here about. I've got to take Ethan.
yeah,
over
that's
to
a ghost. That's a ghost. Yeah,
That's a
put a
ghost.
serious light inside that one. Yeah.
I call that
That came out really
the ghost that flew
nice.
through the rainbow.
That came out really nice with the thick walls. Yeah.
I had to ask him to print it.
Well,
Yeah.
nice to know you ask, you get. That's what you want.
No, not always.
Well,
Well, if you don't ask, you don't get.
She just doesn't get finished.
We'll leave that alone. We'll leave that alone.
It needs to be painted 3 years ago, so I'm still waiting on it to be painted. Jerry?
Yeah.
So Jerry
But he
can't
has-
finish things right.
He has finished Betty Boop. He just hasn't painted it. That's the
I
start.
print a lot of stuff, but I don't always
I
get
have
it
Betty
painted
Boop
when
that
I
needs to
should.
be painted. I have Pi that needs to be painted.
Yeah.
Jerry?
Yeah, I got too many
Yeah.
projects.
Yeah.
And now with the Pew Pew and the CNC router as well.
Yeah, and I got to work on the one I built a year ago. I've got that little control board that I bought for it right here. I need to get that put on and get it up and running if it works.
Jerry, you built it over 2 years ago.
I thought it was last year.
2 years.
Last,
I'm right, you're wrong. 2 years ago.
I can look up the video on it. I've got a video on it. So.
Right, I'm right, you're wrong.
You're being schooled.
Yep.
Anyway.
Pay attention. She'll tell you this only once.
If anybody has time, well, I can look at it. I'll go find my old video before the stream's
I'm
over.
always
I'll
right.
animate it.
He's always wrong. Come on,
Anyway,
Jerry.
moving on.
Ah, dang! I got to drill more holes.
Oh no.
Just when I thought I'm moving my Pi because the little USB cable I have to go from the main board to the Pi is just like 2 inches too short. So I'm going to move my Pi into a closer position. So
That's happened with a lot of extension cords. You got to plug something in. You only need another foot.
yeah, I know. And in this case, so it's 4 holes, no big deal.
Well, there's plenty of room on that back plate to adjust them. But
Well,
since you're drilling holes, you can always reassign your power supply at the same time.
Well, I know you've been having a blast building it because it's fun putting things together and wiring and doing all that. I've been sure you've been having a blast.
Well, I'm just hoping that it actually prints when it push comes to shove.
It'll
It
be
should.
perfect, and your first print will be amazing.
Yeah, well, that's my goal. Like when I first plugged it in, I thought, well, what did I wire wrong? But I was careful and I plugged it in. Everything worked. No smoke.
So the board works and the XYZ move.
No, I didn't get any movement yet because I haven't figured out how to access the board to move anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But no magic smoke, so that's a good sign.
No, everything
Hey,
lights
Amanda, how
up.
you doing?
And
a long time.
okay, now I need. Where's a pencil when I need one?
So what's everybody working on out there? Anything going on for Halloween, or are you working on Christmas stuff already, or building stuff, or printing, or just hanging out on the couch watching his stream? You know, what's going on, everybody? You still there, Zolan?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still here.
You ever see him?
I'm
Zolan?
busy playing around with my screen. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. No, Brandy, if he gets up and leaves the room, he'll still be standing there just like that.
Oh, that's
Nope.
right.
Nope, I now have a screen I can go to.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, look at that! Nice. That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, Amanda, those pictures from last year, all your Halloween stuff in the yard looked amazing. Excellent job. Very cool.
that's
no,
right.
we're not big in Halloween down here in Australia. They're kind of trying to get into it with the shops and all that, with all selling all the stuff, but it's not a big thing down here.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Halloween is the only holiday I go out of my way to celebrate.
Wow.
you can walk the
I'm
streets and
sad
nobody
I-
notices. That's the main thing.
My
And I'm
favorite
sad I
holiday is
moved out to the
Christmas.
middle of nowhere because nobody comes to my house to trick or treat.
Oh, really? That's sad.
We don't hand out candy.
You don't?
No, just to the green babies.
There's no kids around here to hand out candy to, so I just turn off my porch light anyway. So, I've got a gate around the front of my house, and we don't have kids. When my son was real little, we did then, but that was years ago. And all the kids that do live around here, little kids, they usually go to other neighborhoods.
And see, when I was living in the city, I used to do things like set my driveway up as a small little haunted house run.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
I had fun with it, and my printers would probably be in a lot more use if I had trick or treaters. I'd even go as far as like printing little tiny skulls or something to give them instead of candy.
Oh, how
That's
cool.
what I like, yeah, which is good.
I remember when I was in my early 20s, I was at my mom's house at some point, and I was sitting out front with like a black hood over myself, sitting in a chair, holding a bowl of candy. And every time a little kid would come up to me to get a candy, I'd kind of move a little bit or make a noise, not real loud, just still subtle. And I got cussed out by a parent one time for doing that. It's like, come on, it's Halloween. I'm not jumping up grabbing your kid. I'm just trying to startle him. It's
I
Halloween.
have scared parents more than I have kids.
Yeah. Or you hold out a bowl of candy, said, here, take some. And then the dad's hand comes in the bowl, and he's got a hand this big, and there went half your bowl. It's like, no, come on, dude. Really? A few, not two handfuls.
It's for the small kids, after all. The small kids, that's what you want.
That's how
What
you
I
do it.
used to do is I actually had a PVC pipe set up that I could feed the candy into, and then that way they could only take one or two pieces easily. 'Cause at the bottom of it would be like a little, like a vending machine dispenser almost.
That's a great
It was
idea.
what I wanted to do was 3D print a glow in the dark skull with an open jaw, and have the tube come down into the skull through the back of it and then into the jaw.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I seen
Freaky
during
out.
COVID, people had a thing by the front door and it's zing down to the street and they grab their candy or whatever.
The little
I used
zip
to do that
lines and the
already.
tubes, yeah.
My favorite, though, is I admit it is not an original idea, is we set up a stuffed outfit of clothes and everything else with the mask and stuff sitting on a bench out in front of the house, like for almost 2 to 3 weeks before Halloween. And then on Halloween, we replaced it with me.
Yeah, people
So
remember
everybody
seeing
thought
that
it was
movie.
they thought it was the stuffed thing that was already out there for 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness! And then you jump out at people.
Oh no, I didn't jump out. I just look up and say hi.
Oh,
Yeah, I used to stuff clothes like that, either with newspaper or regular clothes, and stuff them and make a body out of it. Put boots on it, and then a styrofoam head with a mask.
Those are scarecrows, not scary things.
I actually have tons of masks, but I use them for dog training.
Mm.
Things like don't step out of the house unless you have permission, or otherwise the monster will get you.
How mean.
Hey, you only have to do it twice, and then they won't go out that door without permission.
That's good.
Yeah, when I-
It doesn't hurt the dogs. They just reinforce the training. The dogs
That's
don't get
true.
hurt.
True.
Hey, 3D. Yeah, when I was little, when my son was real little, when we went to Grandma's house, I had a mask that I would put in her bedroom on the floor. My son was afraid of the mask and wouldn't go in the bedroom. He's now 33, so it doesn't bother him anymore. But,
That's what he says.
yeah.
You remember what Drake was scared of, Jerry?
What's that?
Remember what Drake was scared of? That dancing skeleton we had that was real little?
Oh, okay. I don't remember the skeleton, but I do remember he was afraid of something. Yeah,
That little
I used to
skeleton
really
was
enjoy
like
scaring.
that.
I've always enjoyed scaring people.
We have a
But now
skeleton.
people are getting older. I'm afraid to scare adults. They might have a heart attack and die on me or something. So
Yeah.
I've scared my wife plenty, and she freaks out and starts slapping me, hitting me in the arms and stuff.
Yeah, mine has no sense. Doesn't like that at all. I'd scare the crap out of her just walking past her at night, and she gets
Hey,
very
red light.
upset. Well,
Yeah, she'll get up and go in the
Folk-
bathroom or
folk-
something to the sink, and I run up behind her and I just stand there and don't move. And she turns around and I go, "Hi," and she just
I just walk in the room because I'm very light-footed, and she doesn't hear me come behind her, and then she screams and thumps me and gets very abusive. Why did you scare me? I
Take
didn't
care,
do anything.
Stephen.
Yeah, Jerry
So-
was scared.
Have a good day, Stephen.
I have a really bad back, so I have a normal lope to my walk.
Yeah,
But
so it's
when
very
I
quiet.
am at work, I consciously try not to do the lope because I know it's loud, and eventually I don't have to think about it anymore. I just walk, and apparently, unless I'm doing the lope, nobody can hear me.
Oh wow! Stealth mode.
So I have scared so many people at work.
Very quiet. So we're just watching you, Tim, with your screws and your nuts.
Yeah, so who knows anything about Raspberry?
Hey, I ain't watching him screw his nuts.
You scared her.
Do you guys know anything about Raspberry Pi boards? There's 2 sets of USB plugs on.
Yes.
Yep.
One's got blue and one's got black.
USB 3 and USB 2. That's the difference.
Nope.
Oh, okay. No? So when I'm going from my Duet board into the Pi, does it matter which USB I plug into?
The Duet? No.
No.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, yes. The blue ones are the 3, the regulars are not.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, for the Duet does not use enough USB bandwidth to make a difference.
So it doesn't make a difference which ones I plug into. Okay. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So I moved my Pi so it's easier.
If you had a high-def camera or something you wanted to plug in, you plug it in the blue. But usually a new item will have a color-coded plug already on it.
Right.
But for the serial communication, the USB 2 is fine.
What it's doing.
USB 2 is actually normally preferred.
Yeah.
Okay, so now from
All my
Duet-
Pis are 3Bs. I got 3Bs all over the place.
I have quite a few 3Bs, but I've got more Pi 4s now, and I need another Pi 4, but I'm holding off because I want to make sure I get the new CPU.
Yeah.
There we go. We got the.
As far as for putting it on a 3D printer, what would be the difference between a B and a 3 and a 4? Is there any difference?
Well, 4, if you do time lapse, the 4s are going to be better.
Okay.
I run a ton of plugins, so the 4 is better.
Okay.
But the 4 has more heat issues.
Yeah. Heat and very fussy on power supplies as well.
I buy Cana kits that I bought for years, and then I buy a separate clear case that has a fan in it because years ago I would have prints that would stutter, and so I put them in a case with a fan, and I never had that problem again. Yeah. Whether that caused it or not, I don't know, but I run those clear cases.
If you start throttling, it can do weird things.
Yeah. So heat sinks and fans for the 4s, definitely.
Yeah.
I actually, on one of my 4s that runs a bunch of radio stuff for me, I have the Raspberry Pi 4 ice chiller on it, which looks like a desktop heat sink.
Yeah. And there are plenty of Pi hats, fan-based dual fan Pi hats that are quite cheap. Just plug on the top of the Pi, straight on the GPOs, and just do the job.
Actually, there's a new 3D printed Pi case that's really nice. That uses the same chiller I have, except for you take the fan off the chiller and it mounts to an acrylic panel. And it looks like a little tiny desktop PC with an OLED screen on the front that tells you the current temp and everything.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yes, nice. Yeah.
See, this is where my brain doesn't kick in. Okay, so now I have the Duet hooked up to the Pi. I have power to everything. Now I don't know what to do.
now you're running out of things.
Take a drink. As Joel would say, take a drink.
Yep. But now I have to get RepRap in here somehow and update the firmware in there somehow.
But your Pi powers up. Your main board lights up. Your power supplies are all working. So
plug this on.
No magic.
Yep. I got red and green light on my Pi. I've got a light on my power supply, and my Duet lights up, and I get a flashing red light on the Duet, which I think is probably Wi-Fi. I don't know.
Possibly.
Don't RatRig have a firmware download? You simply put on the SD card, reboot it, and it flashes?
Yeah, I'm going to have a look, and maybe that's exactly how it works. Yeah, because I was trying to read the instructions on the Duet site, and it's just so darn confusing. But even my BL Touch goes click, click when I power it on.
Well, that's good. That means it's actually doing its self-test on power up, so that implies the board's actually live. So at this stage, everything's powered.
I only do one Pi per printer because if something goes down, you don't want to lose 2 printers and 2 prints. So I don't put more than 1 printer on a Pi at a time.
Oh, I do. One of my Pi 4s, one of my 4 giggers, I run Docker, and I have Octopi running in multiple Dockers.
Hey, Red Light.
So you can
Red Light.
USB ports on your Pi. You could run 4 printers, is what you're saying?
Correct.
Yep.
Cable command.
Oh my gosh, that's old.
Ooh. Hello.
That looks older than me.
Nice.
I would be very interested in that. Your audio's not working.
Yeah, your speaker's off. Red
There
light.
you go. I don't want to
There
tear
you
it
go.
up. It's something good. I don't know what it is.
I am very interested in that. That is a trunking radio.
It's got this big old box down here too, and an antenna.
Oh no, that's an actual route. That's an actual repeater. Awesome.
Zolan's saying, "Stop! Keep it."
Yeah, don't tear that one apart.
All right, I'll just leave it in this box. I didn't want to tear it up. If it's something good. I know you're into all that old stuff.
Yeah, perfect timing then.
Yes, no kidding.
I mean, it's got some good cable, and this thing's pretty heavy.
That's a serious heat sink on the back of it. Yeah.
How far do you guys live apart? A couple states?
I think he lives in Texas or Oklahoma, don't he?
Central Oklahoma. Yep.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Where are you again?
Indiana.
Indiana. I drive through there every few months.
Just shoot me an email and I'll get your address. I'll send it out.
Okay.
That, and you wanted some of these routers, didn't you?
Yeah, the WRTs.
Yeah, these.
Yep.
Okay.
A couple of them at least.
Yeah, I
I'm
remember them back
building
in the day.
so those routers I can legally modify, and there's certain Wi-Fi channels I can use and run it into an amp and go up to, I'm not going to go this powerful, but I can go up to 1.5 kilowatt on the wireless.
Hey, I got another question. If a scanner is non-digital, then more likely it's not going to be a very good police scanner, is it?
Depends. So, like where I am, a lot of the fire stations and ambulances still use analog.
I'm not sure what they use around here. It's a BC 125 is what model it is. It's like $110 on Amazon. I got it for like $30. But if it's non-digital, then it ain't gonna do me no good if they run digital here.
Right.
I don't listen
there's
to cars and all that.
There is actually a couple. So is that the Bearcat handheld one?
Yeah.
Okay. There are
got
a
a Radio
couple
Shack
websites
scanner.
out there that tell you what scanner channels and everything to use in your area.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If it ain't gonna work, then I'm trying to get rid of it. No use to having it. I've got this old one right here. That comes from scrap. It's an old handheld scanner.
Yeah, I got one something like that, but I have to reprogram it. It lost batteries went dead and lost programming, and I got a book on that.
Radio Shack. That's what that is.
You're really dark, Jerry.
What, Randy?
You're really dark.
Okay.
Yeah, his backlight's off. He normally has his light on the back of the pile as well. His backlight's turned off, looks like.
All right, I just wanted to get on here and show you that.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm either gonna work out here for a while or I may take a break. I don't know. I've been working a lot of hours lately. That or I might go take a bicycle ride. It's like it's almost 80 degrees here today, so it's pretty good weather.
It's 93 here right now.
Wow,
It's supposed to be hotter tomorrow, and we're expecting possible tornadoes.
that's too hot.
Right.
74 in Vegas.
That's almost perfect weather.
We're a balmy
Almost.
7 degrees
Little too
Celsius
warm.
here at the morning.
For
So
Vegas, it is.
Yeah, it gets cold out there in February, don't it? Vegas.
Best Vegas vacation
Yeah,
we did
yeah,
was
yeah.
in December.
Hello, Matt.
Hey,
It gets pretty
everybody.
chilly, but compared to back east,
Matt.
it's not. I mean, sure, you're wearing a jacket, and there's maybe 1 month out of the year that's jacket weather, but most of it's pretty nice.
Okay, so that scanner actually also covers the 2 meter and 70 centimeter amateur radio bands. So you could use it to listen to amateur radio people if you wanted.
Okay. Are you gonna need power supplies for these?
I'll figure it out.
I'm sure there's one on this one, but I'm sure I got a bunch of them in here somewhere.
If you have them, yes.
All right, I'll find it. I'm sure I got some. I mean, I got cords everywhere. There's a whole bunch behind me. All right,
So you
I'll-
wore
that?
your FEP sheet out there, Matt. I was saying that the other week, wear it out.
Yeah, I
that
know.
printing.
And thank you, Red Light.
Hey, no problem. All right, well, I'll be in the background listening to y'all
Alrighty.
as long as I'm out here working.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, how are you, Betty?
So as far as running multiple printers on a Pi 4, you could use theoretically you could use a USB 3.0 hub on one of the USB 3.0 ports and run up to. If you're not doing cameras, you could probably run 6 to 8 printers on it. If you're doing cameras and plugins, no, I wouldn't go above 2.
So if you're running Octoprint on the Pi, what do you have to have? Separate instances?
Correct.
Of Octoprint on that?
Correct.
Yes.
A separate instance
What you
per
do is you
printer.
use Docker, and the Docker container, it basically you have 2 containers, so they're completely separate as far as they're concerned, and they both have their own instance of Octoprint running in them.
Huh. Okay, so if I got a Pi already set up for one printer now, I would have to reformat
no.
it, reconfigure it.
No.
You'd have to
Huh? Sorry. Yeah. Go on.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say you don't have to. If you're using Docker, yes, but there is the other one where you just install a second named instance of Octopi on the same without a reformat.
Yeah, supposedly there's a way you can do it without reformatting. I prefer the Docker method because then I know I don't have to worry about them conflicting in any way.
Yep.
But
That way
it is
they run
more
like,
work.
almost like true. But if you just want to run 2 printers, then you don't need to do a Docker. You can just go and do a second named instance. So one's called Octopi Creality, one's called Octopi Fuso, and you just log into each one independently.
Because every time I buy a Canon kit, there's another $75 or $80. So right now I've got 3 Pis, and then I have one in my arcade cabinet, and then I think I put one out here, but I just move them around now instead of having another Pi for another printer.
If you are interested in running multiple printers off a single system, and I, personally, if you've already spent that much on Pis, you could go and pick up a bookshelf computer for $300 to $400, load Ubuntu on it, run a real Docker system, and load as many printers on it as you want. And then use Octafarm to manage it all.
For the price for a mini PC, you wouldn't even be paying $300 for it. For the power on a mini PC these days.
Right, but then you could also run as many cameras as you wanted to.
Exactly.
Well, now that I don't print that much, I got too much junk. I just grab this Pi, plug it in that printer, and I just log into it and move it around.
See, I can't do that because all my printers have different settings for Octoprint.
And
Well,
different stack of plugins per printer.
I have to change. I just change the bed size in them. That's basically all I have to change.
Oh, for me, it's more than bed size because
How many printers do you have, Zoe?
3, 4, 5, 6 printers, not including the resin.
Hey, Ron, how you doing?
And I've hardly been using them. I should be using them more.
So should Jerry. He has plenty. And then I have my little Delta.
Yeah, I was on the Ender group this morning, the Ender extender group, and some guys on there going, "Man, look at this printer I just picked up for $100. 500 millimeter tall Ender 3." And I sold it to a lady here in Vegas, and evidently she must have sold it to him because he's posting online talking about what a great deal he got for $100. It's like, yeah, I know who built that. I sent him a link to the video when I made it 2 years ago, and I told him some info about it.
Yeah, I still need to finish wiring my Ender extender. It works, but it's a mess.
How's
it going, Ron? Hey, Dennis. Anybody like to pop in? Here's a link.
Did you kick Nikita out of the garage, Jerry?
I don't know where she is. I got the back door cracked open so she can come in and out, and my dog will run around the house and come in the doggy door by Brandy.
No, she's laying by the gazebo.
Okay.
And Sandy's laying in the dirt.
All right.
Of course. They're getting dirty.
So what do you got going on, Matt? What's new with you?
Nothing much. Just taking a small break of printing right now. Just because resin is through the roof and a few other things, So
that's actually me.
Cool.
You're scary looking. That scared Liz, Jerry. She hates clowns.
Yeah, a lot of people are afraid of clowns.
So
Clowns are not kid friendly. No.
It's like people make a YouTube video where guys chasing somebody with an axe, trying to make a video out of it. It's like, sorry, dude, don't chase me with an axe. I might, turn around and shoot you, thinking you were really trying to attack me.
And unfortunately, I don't have it here at home. That's currently sitting at work.
Yeah, it looks horrific.
So you've ordered plenty of FEP sheets now, Matt, I take it? Because FEP's a...
Yep. Yeah, I ordered 5 sheets, so
It's a disposable.
I'm going to order 10 more.
Broken. No, that's not broken. And Jerry's got a good video on how to change a FEP sheet out.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw it already. I have to watch it again, and yeah. I'm definitely going to order 10 more sheets, because if I go through one FEP sheet every 1.5 months, I mean, that's over 1,000 hours.
Red light, I've got to get it painted. The big spawn hit a couple days ago. I knocked it off my washer when it hit the ground where it had that crack on it, but I had to fill the seam on the big one. It busted in 2 pieces. So I had to re-glue it back together, and I got to re-prime it, and I got to paint that. My son's resin prints that are like it. I haven't painted them yet. I've been working on this video or that video, so I need to get that done. Yeah, those 5 FEP sheet will last you a long time. Sometimes they get nicks in them. Even removing prints and things occasionally get stuck to the bed. Eventually it wears them down. But it should last you, if you print constantly, probably 2 or 3 months each one at least, if not longer. Akuma Mods. Hey, Matt. How you doing?
Hello. Oh,
Hey, Matt.
How's it going today? What you up to?
Nothing much. Just got some printers going and prints going, and that's
What a surprise.
Nice. It's like you organized a little bit there. It looks good.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
resins,
yeah,
yeah.
it looks real good over there.
I suddenly
looking
feel
up at
better
yellow
about my area. Thank you.
so I always laugh because people are like, "Oh, your area looks so clean." I'm like, "Give it a couple days, it'll look worse."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Kenny.
literally how it goes. I clean it up, and not even 2 days later, it's a disaster. It looks...
Yeah, Luke, you need to break it. FEP sheet things happen. It's normal to
Ooh.
damage a FEP sheet.
What is that
occasionally.
on the rack there onto what would be our right, your left?
This?
That, PL239's going into it? Yeah. The
This.
silver thing. Yeah.
That is my ultimate soldering station. So it's a soldering station, a heat gun, a desoldering gun. It's also got a suction pen for like really, really small stuff. So like if you need to pick up chips, it'll suction the chip. That's pretty much it. It's kind of like I said, a soldering station all in one.
So you can fix those big tree boards when they die.
Thankfully, I don't have to deal with those. But yeah, pretty much. So I can. That's what I've used for a while. I usually do like light soldering, like low voltage stuff and things like that if I need to fix anything. So.
How's your wife's business going in the background there? When does she stream?
So she hasn't done that pretty much since like COVID happened. She kind of just stopped doing it. She didn't have time for it, and just kind of everything went up in arms. So stuff has just been sitting there. I don't know. Maybe she'll get back to it at some point. But right now, she's just kind of taking a break from it. So.
Nice setup.
Excuse me.
Oh, I do have some good news.
No news is
I don't
good
know
news.
if you guys can see it.
It wouldn't be a box on the floor by any chance.
Focus?
Ooh, the focus.
Oh, nice.
Nice printer.
Yeah, just got it in yesterday.
Cool.
Everybody's getting one of those, except me.
Yeah, I already had one and it's gone. So. I got a new printer too. Look.
Ninda 3 Pro.
I swear, nobody's paying me to have this. I actually bought it with my own money.
Wow. I have
No,
3 of them in various states of mod.
Yeah, it's for a project that I need to work on. this weekend, and I had to go out and get one. I don't. It's not going to stay here because no, I'm not dealing with the disasters of an Ender 3.
So who just got the Facebook message? Because I didn't need to be checking my browser like that.
Facebook, whoever's on Facebook, if you click the link above Facebook, StreamYard/Facebook, accept such and such, then we'll see your name in chat. Because I'm not sure who you are right now. Zolan, if you had a Focus printer, would you review it, do a video on it, and show pictures on websites and stuff like that?
Sure.
Okay, I'll see what I can do to get you one.
Cool.
I can't guarantee it, but I'll contact Dora about it and let her know about you, and I'll see if she'll contact you on Facebook, and maybe I can help get you one.
That's actually part of the reason why I've been working on these overlays and stuff.
Okay.
Is that because I'm almost to the point where I can set the cameras back up in my print area and start finishing out my builds.
Will an Astro printer?
Oh, he's sitting in the background. I didn't hear him beep. How you doing?
Hey, man.
How long were you there?
Just a few minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, Zolan, I made note of it on my paper so I don't forget. So after the stream, I'll contact her. I'll link her to your webpage and you on Facebook, and I'll see if I can help make it happen.
Howdy, all.
Howdy.
How did that tool come out on your?
It's not done yet.
It's not done yet. That's
No,
4 hours.
Yeah, I had a failed print, so I just
okay.
cleaned it out and I started again. So their profile that they provided, it is a beta machine, but their profile is not right. So,
And you had a slice file. It should
noisy,
have came with one ready to go.
yeah, I would recommend that they add a couple of samples in there, like the Eiffel Tower is a common one, and a few other samples, the deer, and they can do. I know, no hat. Look, I actually have hair. Look,
Had a haircut too.
I had a haircut about 2 weeks ago. Yes, yeah, I have hair. Now you see it? Oh, no, you don't. There you go. No, that
I almost lost the camera.
No, I just knocked something off the shelf. I keep my hats up here. What did he say again? I didn't see that one. What did he put the hat on?
The forehead glaring. Yeah. True.
You see, I don't dust my head like some people.
Wax. Need a wax.
Jerry.
Wax on, wax off.
That image next to me, the hashtag, it fits.
What does it say?
Something show. If
It's supposed to say
Vegas
Vegas
hit show.
hit show, but that's not how it reads.
Okay. Oh, that's one of those sign trucks they drive up and down the strip all the time. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly where that is too.
Yeah.
That was in Vegas.
I'm not down the strip much.
Oh,
I don't work
really?
down there no more, but yeah,
People
advertising.
who live in Vegas avoid the strip. Most do.
Traffic, heavy traffic on the strip always.
Yeah.
We're about 30 minutes away from the strip, aren't we, Jerry? About 30, 45 minutes?
35.
Yeah,
According to Waze, you were 35 from the Venetian.
okay.
You're up near the
Nation.
airfield, aren't you? Near the airbase, aren't you,
Hey,
Jerry?
tripod. How you
Venetian's
doing?
about the only one I'll stay at when I go there.
Hey, tripod.
Hey, John.
Hey,
Here's
tripod.
the link if you want to drop in.
Tim, I'm not sure if I'll be able to join your stream later on.
Oh, okay.
It looks like the weather is clearing, so I might be going out to an astronomy event this evening.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, isn't there like a meteor shower going on this weekend?
There is a
Yep.
meteor shower going on right now.
I told you, astronomy is witchcraft.
No,
That's
the lack of
astrology.
astronomy
It's
is
different.
witchcraft.
Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube videos on what's going on in space, and according to all these videos, there's all kinds of stuff happening we don't know about.
There's always stuff happening, man. There's always stuff.
It's not witchcraft. He's a paid professional liar. It doesn't exist.
I know it's just like a canvas with like little dots in it, right?
Yeah, the firmament. Yeah,
Yeah, and so we have the luminescence.
and all this.
meter that
The
carries light from the
ISS
sun.
is actually just a weather balloon that has it hanging from below it.
So Zolan, according to your logic, then light can travel through space because of the luminiferous ether, right?
No, light doesn't travel through space because space doesn't exist.
Oh, Flight of the Navigator, that is, isn't it?
Wow. How old did the top come out?
Can't hear you,
You're
man.
muted, Matt.
Ouch. Yep, no
No,
I
audio.
can't hear you. Yep,
No
no
audio.
audio.
I was wondering why Matt was so quiet.
Liam directed
Need to
the
yellow
Behind the
strip.
Curve documentary.
Battery.
Yeah,
ADM.
battery.
Yeah, I have one of those. Zolan.
Yep,
referred
I
me
have
to a
one of
link
those.
on one of those. I mean, matter of fact, where's it at? I haven't used it in a while, but got
I
right
use
here.
it when I'm walking around or if I'm doing a printer review, which I've never
Yeah, they
posted.
do work really good.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, my
Right,
battery died.
So you directed Behind the Curve, didn't you, Liam? That documentary Behind the Curve.
Hey, Tim.
Yes.
Look, look.
I don't know
Hey,
what you're
Sammy.
talking about, but I'm just going to say yes anyway.
Behind
No,
the
no,
Curve,
like-
it is Nathan Beckley and a couple other flat
It
earthers. They
is-
actually made a
Yeah.
whole
Hey, Jeff.
movie about the flat Earth.
Oh,
But
yes.
in
yes,
the
yes,
middle-
yes.
hilarious.
You know,
in the middle.
I spent the whole time watching that saying, well, here's the reason why that's wrong. Here's
Yep,
the reason why
yep.
that's wrong. And here's the reason why that's wrong. And here's the reason why that's completely wrong.
But they actually got one thing right, which is hilarious. They
The
went
laser?
and got themselves a
That
laser
was-
gyroscope and said that the Earth is flat, the whole 15 degrees of drift is fake, and they turned it on and noticed 15 degrees of drift.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
So they proved themselves wrong. Yeah, I love
Yes,
that.
they proved themselves wrong in their own movie, and they left it in.
And they scooted over, saying that it must be an alignment there with the laser.
So then they redid it at the end of the movie, and guess what? It still came out the same.
Yep.
I know.
It was funny as
repeatable evidence is proof that they're wrong. You know, that's fantastic.
same evidence, different method, and it still came out the same. It was funny
Oh,
as
yeah,
hell.
that's called a
One of
scientific
them,
method, man.
not Nathan, but one of the flat earthers is no longer a flat earther. He actually switched.
Oh.
Yep. But that's only because he started talking to Simon Dan and Conspiracy Cats, and he's probably getting a paycheck now, like Liam.
Possibly. Yeah.
Like me, okay.
Yeah, keep working it down.
I'd wish. If someone paid me for my astronomy stuff, I'd be the
This
happiest
is
man
part
on
of
the
the
planet.
NBA. He's not allowed to admit it. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I got paid to do astronomy stuff, I might not be so happy.
It's two different.
Exactly, because the logo, it was the sponsored by.
Sponsored by SpaceX or sponsored by NASA.
Yeah.
The real
that's just the Apollo
people.
program.
Yeah.
That's just the Apollo program.
That's fair enough.
Apollo 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually have a jacket, a NASA flight jacket
With the mission patches on it.
with the Apollo logo in the center and all of the Apollo mission badges all the way around the outside.
Nice.
It's a really nice jacket.
Oh yeah, Professor Stick.
Bring me another battery.
Well, I listen to a lot of them. Sir Six, one of my favorite.
Living room.
Yeah, I watched that because I knew it would be funny.
They have a new one now. Beyond the Edge.
Well,
Beyond the Edge?
I haven't seen that one, but I'm telling you that there's people who believe that the Earth is surrounded by a frozen wall of ice, so you can't go past it. That you can't go to the North Pole to see over the edge, which is kind of funny because people live there for 6 months of the year. It's kind of it makes it even funnier.
I've been to the North Pole quite often. North Pole, Alaska.
Well, I suppose Alaska in winter is close enough to the North Pole.
What's funny is it's not actually that far north.
No, and give it time, it'll come further south, and we sort that out for you. Yeah.
Well, the poles do move, right? Because the magma in the center of the planet moves.
They wobble.
No, North Pole, Alaska. It's an actual town.
I know. It's like I've been to hell too. There's a hell in Michigan.
Hell, Michigan.
Yeah. So you actually drive. If you drive there and back, you've been to hell and back.
Where are you from? I'm from hell.
Yeah. well,
Could be worse. You could be from intercourse.
Where are you going? I'm going to hell. Cop pulls you over. Where are you
Just
going?
going
I'm
to
going to hell.
intercourse.
How about you?
Yeah.
well, you
And you know
know what?
what's funny? The best leather products I've ever gotten are from Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Dog
What
leashes.
about that place?
That doesn't make it any better, Zoll, and dog leashes don't make it any better. It makes it worse.
What was the one that was named in New Mexico after the game show? What was it? Oh, Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. They named the town after the game show.
There's a Las Vegas, New Mexico, or it's Arizona. I think it's Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Las Vegas, New Mexico. We've stopped there before.
Yeah, every time we drive through to go to Texas, we used to go to Texas. We'd go through it. Or
Now
by
you
it.
can drive to Florida.
Yeah, that's craziness, you know. The people come up with the weirdest of names for places. Like where I grew up, and actually
Michigan, is that it?
where I grew up is Limerick, right? Limerick in Ireland. And
Typical Limerick man, yeah. Typical
Yeah.
Limerick man.
yeah,
The
and
one from
if you
Limerick.
actually translate Limerick actually into English, the name in Irish is Limnach, but the direct translation to English means the bald spot. That was where I grew up. But I don't have one, so it's okay.
You're working on it though.
No, that's just Jerry that has a bald spot.
Well, it was called that because apparently there was one of the kings way back. The warriors were actually passing through the area, and they stopped there for a few days, and their number was so great that the island they stopped on, which is Limerick, is actually the region of Limerick is an island. The island they stopped on, the numbers were so great that the horses actually ate all the grass. So they named the island the Bald Spot, hence the name of the city. When the city grew up around it, they called it Limno.
That's why I like the Burren. The Burren was a great place for that.
The Burren is
for ball
beautiful up
spot.
there, isn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant out there. It's brilliant, amazing place. It's just
Yeah.
amazing with the cast. Yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
place.
It's all limestone.
Limestone. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for as far as the eye can see, and there's plants that grow there that grow nowhere else in the world. Up between the cracks of all the limestone rock,
Yeah.
there's plants there, and you can't find them anywhere else. They won't even survive elsewhere. People have tried transposing them, and
Doesn't
they die.
work. Doesn't work.
Yeah,
The Burren is the great geological spot in Ireland. That's
yeah,
a
it's
great
lovely
place.
out there.
Enjoyed that.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Jerry, I need to go get cream cheese so my wife can cook something, and then I'll be back.
Okay, see you in a bit. Thank you for joining.
Cheers, Olive.
See you so long.
Here's that package I got like a week ago. Dora had it sent out. It came from Massachusetts in just a regular envelope.
From
And I
Boston,
got 3 of the ribbon cables. It appeared to come from a private party, so I don't know.
it could be a reseller that they have in the area that has them.
Yeah.
Where did
Are
it
they
come
going to
from?
look at modifying that clamp to change them from just a push-in to like
They
a...
won't do it in this
an idea?
version,
Yeah.
but they know about it. So I told them to watch it, and I even offered to help out that when they're doing future builds, to let us work with them to help make it better. They did a lot of good things right on that printer. There's a few areas they could improve on, I think, and those areas are places like the ribbon, places like where the power voltage switches, places like what else is there? The ribbon, the power voltage switch. There's 3 or 4 small areas.
But
Where
that
your safety
ribbon's an
glasses?
easy fix. That ribbon's an easy
Just
design
move the
fix,
connector
so-
up and that's
yeah.
done.
And do it
Or
on a clip.
change the one that
and clip.
plugs in, or make the ribbon
Yeah.
a little longer and make it one that plugs in.
We're
Yeah,
watching
clip
you,
on.
Matt. Got you on the big
Use
screen.
lock one, yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Wheels?
got some wheels for RC car.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Some of you guys, if you guys are car people, you might notice those rims or where they're from.
Are you doing is that ABS resin
It is a
or tough resin?
in a way, it's a hard resin, hard tough. From
Is it
Epax.
M68?
It is not. It's just an Epax resin.
Okay. M68 have a tough resin. It's very low odor. I had a bottle of it. I offered it because we got this morning to see who wants.
Yeah, I have their M70 for.
What's the difference in the 70?
Yeah.
What's
I haven't
M70?
gotten to test it yet, but I do need to get to it. So
Yeah, the M68 is their tough resin, and it prints really well.
yeah, this stuff prints pretty well too. So
Here, this is one of its prints.
Oh, Hellboy? Yeah, Hellboy.
Yeah. Beautiful print out of it.
yeah, that's a nice print.
Supports were a bit delicate to remove off the sword, but other than that, it was easy enough.
Yeah, I broke a few parts removing supports. I don't realize.
Yeah, what I do is when it comes to doing stuff like that, I snip them with the level cutters.
Yeah.
Yep, that's probably best.
Yeah.
So we'll just take that right off the plate, remove that.
And stick it in the washing cure.
99% of the time, my supports come off that easy, and once in a while they don't.
Yes, I noticed that too. Like, I can have 4 of these wheels. 3 of them will come off perfectly fine like that, and then the other one is just like.
Yeah, so I started jacking things up 10 millimeters in the air if I have a ton of supports on the bottom. And if I have to, I'll take my spatula and I'll put on my glasses and snap right through them to be able to rip them loose.
Then just sit it on a piece of
When they come off like butter, that's great when they come off like butter.
Well,
yeah.
With supports, with the ZYLTECH off when we haven't cured it. With that Hellboy, Liam, would you have left the supports on and cure them and then take it off like the sword?
No,
take them always take them off when it's before it's cured.
Everything becomes too brittle if you cure them with it on. And you want to wash it really good once you remove the supports, because underneath all those supports there's uncured resin. You need to rinse that really well and then clean it up.
You can always sand off any support residue after it's cured.
And the nice thing about resin is it sands into a powder, so it's easy to sand. So what I do is I might wash it first time with supports on. If there's delicate areas on it,
washing, but you still don't cure it.
Take it out and then take off the resin, take off the supports, and then I'll clean it with a toothbrush. I'll clean it with a toothbrush and IPA, and then I'll rinse it again, and then I'll cure it.
For you older people that have ever sanded a heel on your foot and it comes off like dust, that's just like a resin print.
Yeah.
Literally.
So just I've seen some people always take the supports off after curing, which I thought would be quite a pain in the ass.
That's the wrong way, because it becomes rock hard at that point, and it becomes brittle.
Yeah.
It makes it also hard to clean, I suppose, too. Cleaning it would be a real pain.
But it's easier to remove the supports before. And as I said, those small
Matt's taking notes. Matt's taking notes here.
Those fine details, level cutters along the edge, to snip them off and then peel them away carefully when you're done.
So just like when you hollow, rinse, super good, completely dry it out. Like I say, I use an air compressor or my airbrush gun, completely dry out the inside 100%, and then I go ahead and cure it after it's completely dried.
Yeah, if you hollow stuff out, Matt, get a big syringe. You might get them in the pharmacy, a really big syringe, and then fill it with IPA and flush it out with it over and over and over again.
Don't go to a pharmacy. Go to a
veterinary store,
cook supply, and get the basting syringes, because they're big and they're cheap.
Yeah,
let me go and run to the store really quick. All right, there, I got a syringe for you guys.
Oh, that's not a syringe.
That's a syringe.
Yeah.
Bend over.
That's how you hollow out parts.
You should start one of your streams like that. Have your gloves on, kind of stare at the camera and pick that up and go, "Are you guys ready?"
I was just out the back getting the treatment.
Now, hey, Matt, I have to say, with the gloves and the syringe, I really want to make sure that if you ever point to somebody, they ask the destination of that finger. Oh man, it's a bit like the movie. What was the movie? Was it The Wrong Stuff or something like that? Was a movie?
The Right Stuff.
Where the old guys were going to space.
The Right
Space Cowboys.
Space Cowboys.
Was it space? No, it wasn't. No, it was Armageddon. They were going. They were sent up.
Oh yeah, they got the enema. They got the enema.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, one woman was. They were there saying, "I'm actually only here to drill." And she pulls out a big syringe or something. She says, "So am I."
So am I.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Cooking supply stores have their basting syringes for meat tenderizing, and they're quite cheap.
Yeah.
As opposed to a pharmacy. Well, cover me. I'm going in. Matt says.
He got hit with a bunch. He got hit in the face with a bunch of IPA.
Yeah, I know. But that's safety first. Safety first for the reason.
I'm not dealing with that again.
Yeah.
It's either that.
Fair enough.
It's either that or he was going skiing. One or the other.
Yes.
But they're actually really good, those goggles, because they breathe around your eyes and don't fog up.
Here's something I wanted to show you. These glasses, Liam.
Yep.
When I got that original Congo diode by itself off Amazon, it came with a dark pair, and then that new laser came with a much lighter pair. But they're both totally different.
The darker ones would be better for your eyes.
Huh?
The darker ones would be better for your eyes.
For that blue diode.
Yeah, and actually red is better for the eyes than green. But green works, but red is better.
That's kind of the top there, Matt.
My K40, which I can't wear these with a diode at all. This is for my K40.
No.
When I first got the diode laser, I put these on. I was like, oops, nope, that's wrong.
Yep. Yeah, no, one is blocking visible light. The other is blocking ultraviolet light.
Violet.
That's the
And I-
difference. The K40
I do have-
emits a lot of UV.
I've got welding glasses around here somewhere in the garage when I'm using a cutting torch that are
They
much
work
darker
fine
than
for
these
the-
also.
Well, it's again, welding glasses would work for the lasers,
UV,
but
yeah.
I wouldn't. Okay, so the clear glass, the grazing of the glass on the clear ones for the UV, or for the CO2 is blocking ultraviolet. Acrylic blocks ultraviolet rays, right? It doesn't block the glow of the item burning, but it blocks the UV, which is damaging to the eyes. The other two lasers emit visible spectrum light. And a little bit of UV, but mostly visible spectrum, and that's what can damage your eyes. It actually burn little spots on the retina. And the idea of those is to filter the light down. So red or orange is better than green, but green will work also. But the deeper into the reds you go, the better.
I wonder why Comgro didn't go with red unless somebody said green worked and they said okay and they shipped them.
I've got various lasers. Some come with red, really dark red, actually, and some come with green. It varies. But they both work. It's the acrylic will block any UV. The other is to kill the flashes of bright light.
We have two green ones, don't we, Jared?
Yeah, I've got two green.
And another one.
I just showed them on screen, Brandy.
Yeah, I got two green and red.
I was on screen. I was talking to my mother.
That's
okay.
the one I got, the Nihi one.
Isn't it a matter of the wavelength it blocks?
You get the green ones with the Niji?
That Nihi one is that's that 7.5 watt that somebody was just talking about.
Yeah, does that come with red or green glasses?
You know what? I haven't even checked.
It doesn't matter. They both work. It's just the red filters more of the bright light. But they all work. They all filter down. Orange or reds are better. Closer to the red spectrum, the better it is, the more light it will block.
I think Tripod say he was doing a lot of engraving the other day, and he was wearing these all day long and started bothering his eyes.
Yeah, well, if you're staring at it for hours, then yes, it will bother your eyes. Even if you're staring at the CO2, even through the orange, like your CO2,
the red,
yeah, it'll eventually bother your eyes because there's a bright light coming from it, and that's going to
same as if you selfie something in a very bright lit room, it will hurt your eyes. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I have the green ones from Artur, and I have green ones from Artur. I have green ones from my EQ maker, and I have red from my SainSmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if they're red?
You have 3 laser printers, William?
I have 4 lasers.
4 laser printers?
Well, yeah, I have 3 standalone lasers, and I have 1 laser. Like I have a CO2 2 diode laser, and then I have a printer that has a diode laser head for the printer.
Does your CNC have a laser head as well?
I can put any laser head on that. There's none that comes with it, but I can add one. It's easy enough.
I have that little tiny old Comgro. Remember the little low wattage black one? I could put that on this CNC with an adapter.
No.
With an adapter they supplied right here, or I could put my Comgro. I could take it off one of my other printers.
Yeah,
and bring it out here, but I don't have a reason to.
Matt, what brand name are those goggles? What's
These
the
are
brand?
DeWalt.
DeWalt goggles.
Yeah,
Yep.
I believe Matt got the same exact ones, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was about to say, good to advertise because they're really, really good because they do breathe. I couldn't remember who made them.
I'm not a big fan of DeWalt ones, but they're very nice. They got like a nice rubbery feel, so they're not like.
No, they don't press on you, but they also breathe and don't fog out. That's the worst thing with wearing those goggles. Otherwise, is they fog, and the DeWalt ones do not.
I figured you went to a motorcycle
slots
shop
on
and
them.
bought them for your dirt
They have
bike.
the vent slots behind the rubber to let them breathe when you move, which is great.
Yep. So they're
the best
really
ones.
nice.
Yep.
I just kind of took a chance on them. I'm like, these are the ones, like the best ones that I saw for me. And so I was like, we'll see how they are. And yeah, they were probably the best.
They are.
Tim, what color glasses are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'd
the
have
cheapest,
to-
unfortunately.
They're in my garage. I just typed because I couldn't get a word in edgewise. No, they're out in my garage. I'd have to go get them and have a look. But they're
Well, in a diode laser, the more light, the more of the bright, because diode lasers are almost at the visible spectrum, right?
Yeah.
And so the more of that bright light, concentrated light you block, the better.
Oh, okay.
So that's why reds and greens, especially the darker, deeper
that's the
reds
one,
or deeper greens are better. Whereas in a CO2, you want to block the amount of UV because it gives off an awful lot of UV.
Right.
way more UV than it's given off by a diode laser, because it's actually running at a lot more intensity in the laser beam.
Yeah, and it's to do with the there's a number, and it's a spectrum of light, isn't it? And there's a certain spectrum number that it has to block.
Yeah, depending on your laser, yes. So
it's
that's why
diode.
the CO2 ones are clear, but they're designed to block, and they're treated to block most of the ultraviolet light, which is what's damaging from the CO2.
Right. Yeah. And I don't sit there and stare at the laser. It's just to check the work once in a while. You put them on, and when you're starting it and when you're framing it and all that. Yeah. Okay.
Agreed.
What are you working
Cool.
on?
Do the
Jerry?
camera.
Hold on, Randy.
Oh, it's almost flashed. So what
Well,
I'm
actually, I do sometimes. I put a camera. You know the camera I have when I do my close-up camera on my live stream, the small one I move around. I actually put that inside the laser, the container of my CO2, and point it at my part. So then I can actually remotely watch what my laser is doing.
Can that light damage anything in a camera? Does it sound silly? A silly question.
No, because the camera lenses are made of they've got acrylic coatings, and they're made of glass, and they will actually either block or refract or bend away the light and scatter the light as it passes through the material.
Liam, click on this link. These are what I bought for my CO2 laser that I use for my CO2.
I think they're the same ones I have, Jerry.
They're $30 on Amazon.
Yeah, but going by their rating, if I remember, I bought them based on their rating.
I don't have a dual screen on it. I can't share a picture of it, but I think that's it.
Yeah, Liam, you were asking about that Nihi, which one it came with.
The Niji,
red one.
Red ones?
The Niji, yeah. I'm just looking for their rating. I'm just looking at the specs, Jerry. One moment.
1 moment later.
Yeah,
this is
that's a popular cartoon. That one is.
Go ahead, Tim.
This is flashing an SD card with Raspberry Pi and the Duet software, and apparently I plugged this in somewhere. When I boot up, it updates the board and everything. So we'll see.
Oh well, yeah, because you're using Etcher.
Etcher.
And basically you're flashing the bins file onto the SD card.
Flash file.
Is Jason going to be on with you later? Or is he working?
He's going to be on. Yeah. Okay. I'm wondering if it failed because I didn't format the card to begin with.
Well, for imaging, it might matter.
It should tell you why.
Make sure you use a program called SD Card Formatter.
No, you shouldn't need to. Etcher should do it for you.
Yeah, Etcher will format it.
Now?
Yeah, Etcher will do the formatting for you.
Huh. Why didn't it? Anyways,
because it's an image file, so maybe the card was undersized or just the problem
with
the card.
What size is the card?
Oh, there's a good question. What size card is this that I was
It needs to be under 32 gig.
Oh, I have no idea. It's a blank card.
Did it come with the it came with the machine?
No, I'll grab the card that was in the Duet, which is an 8 gig.
I hope.
Yeah.
But I want to back up the files first.
Yeah.
I hope when I film a laser project with my DSLR, it doesn't damage my camera because it's sitting there. Even though it's reflecting, it can still see a lot of the light.
Well, you should do time lapses of that anyway, rather than just doing continuous video. You should actually do a time lapse where it takes intermittent shots.
I haven't set that up on the camera, but a video that I just did recently, I just filmed it and then I crunched it in DaVinci. Yeah,
well, if you can actually do time lapses with an external intervalometer, or you can, if you use what's it called? What's that software again? That goes into the Canon DSLRs.
Oh,
Magic Lantern.
Magic Lantern. Magic Lantern has an intervalometer software built into it.
Okay, I'll go.
You can set it up in there.
All right.
Just make sure you've got a big enough SD card to store all the images.
Andrew S says he cooked his camera, burned out the sensor.
Did you
Hey,
point
Gregory,
the
how you
laser
doing?
at the camera or what?
Might have been overexposing with the flashes, might have damaged the actual sensor.
It shouldn't, because most of these lasers come with a shield over them. So if they're shielded, you shouldn't be that big an issue.
But Microsoft cameras are shitty. I tell you, those webcams are
Yeah,
shitty
they might.
cameras.
I don't. Yeah, I have other ones, and I use it, and on my CO2 and so on. It's another. Like you saw the laser 2 weeks ago. I was
Yeah.
on. You saw my CO2 laser. That was just a normally small webcam, and I would put it inside. That's all it is. Yeah, but those glasses, Jerry, are fine. They're correctly rated.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try
You,
this.
you fixed your close-up cam, didn't you, Jerry? That's working fine now for the autofocus now, isn't it? Your
Yeah,
white.
I contacted the company about returning it or what was wrong. They had me go in OBS and check a few boxes I didn't have set right, and now it focuses fine. When you hit the button, you can see it jump and move.
Right, so that was just a
Fine.
problem with the settings. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a setting thing. It was my fault. Yeah.
Yeah. It's called an I/O issue.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
PEBCAC.
No, yeah. Well, yeah. I/O stands for idiot operator.
I was going to say, so it's suffering from an ID10 error.
ID10T issue.
ID10
Yeah.
or Picnic's another one.
Hey, I
A
can make
picnic.
up a little image of me and call him the IO guy, Jerry, or the IO guy. It's like Ike, you know. I'm the IO guy.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should plug in.
IO and Ike show.
You should do a thing of Jerry holding a power cable plugged into something and the other end not plugged in.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, EDM. I'm sure it's happened to you more than once, and me more than once as well. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Air is
people
not a
make
good
fun of us
conductor.
for doing it. We have to make fun of everybody else as it goes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because we've been there, done that many a time.
Been
Air
there,
does
done
not
that,
conduct
bought
well.
a T-shirt and worn it, right?
Yep.
Wasn't it Chris Travis, I think, that made
Oh,
the
yeah,
plug?
something.
Yeah. The only reason you make fun because we've done it ourselves so many times. So.
Okay, I'm going to show this today. Here's Ike / Liam.
I am not a thief. The earth is round.
And there's a puppy shot.
Well, it is.
Yeah. So I see Matt's cat was running around his garage behind him shortly. He must have wandered off again.
That was a great big rat. That wasn't a
I
cat.
got chihuahuas. I don't know.
Chris said, "What did I do?" Chris wants to know what he did to get in trouble.
Could you imagine if a rat was that big? And I'm sure somewhere in the world they are.
Oh,
That's
I've
crazy.
seen
They
rats. I've seen rats that big on.
I have as well.
In harbors. You see
water
them
rats.
coming off the
Wow.
coming off the grain. ships.
Capybara, isn't that translated
Water rats
rat?
are that size and bigger. Yeah, they are
Wow.
scary things.
Yeah, you see them at in the like where I grew up. It's a port, right? It's up a river, but there's a big port there, and when big grain ships come in there, you'll see the rats trying to get off the ships, coming off the ship, trying to get on land. There'll be guys, and their full-time job is staying is walking the pier looking for the rats to kill them.
Unless they're hungry, they shouldn't bother people, should they?
They don't, but they're as big as dogs, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they'll attack wildlife and they'll attack dogs and everything else.
Yeah, they're vicious. The African rats, the big African rats are huge.
You dirty rat.
Jimmy Cagney.
Well, that picture I showed Chris where I had the propane torch. I thought you're the one that sent it to me. I don't remember who it was. I thought it was Chris.
Look at that spool holder go. Wow.
Who's the one who made you your beginner, Robbie Mac?
Yeah, the banner was Robbie. I think it's Robbie Mack that made the banner. Yeah.
Yeah, Microsoft webcams are crap.
Okay.
Interesting.
I can't remember who it was.
I don't know. I've never seen. I've used cameras on lasers, like watching lasers. If you buy a professional laser, it's got a camera in it to watch it, like the big professional machines. So even an arc cutter, right? They all have
maybe a
cameras. In them.
special filter on the lens.
No, they're just webcams.
Huh.
Yeah,
You got a cover over them to keep them enclosed.
And keep the debris out of the lens. That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
My K40, I put a C220, I think it's called. That's what I have on most of my printers. And I took one off a printer, and I have that mounted inside the case. So when the lid's all the way open, it can focus to work if need be. And then when it's closed, it angles down and looks at it to monitor it.
Yeah, I don't have one inside. I just put one in now and again when I want to watch stuff.
Hey, Zolan.
Hey,
You got your cream cheese?
Hey, Cleo.
one of my wife's soon-to-be puppy owners sent her a box of bagels from New York.
Didn't he invite one of your wives?
You heard about this much of that conversation, Matt. You heard a very
No. It works. My wife, my actual wife, tells me we need another wife. So,
If I remember correctly, Cleo Mods used to be Mr. and Mrs. Diesel that people seen around in chat all the time.
But if she suggests that it's okay, but if you suggest that, yeah, that doesn't work out that fine.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm going to try those. I was late because I was getting a small table saw because I want to go cut some stuff up tomorrow. Because I want to try out those Christmas boards and stuff.
Oh, cool.
See how they work out in the CO2 laser, and I want to make sure I cut them straight. It's better to cut them straight in a small table saw than it is with a rip saw. And the rip saws are often too rough, so I got a really fine 80-tooth blade as well, so it cuts very finely.
Why not get some river rocks, flat river rocks?
For what?
Laser burning, engraving.
I've done engraving on stone and slate and glass. I know it works. No, these are something I was thinking about design. I've been putting together a quick design on.
Can you see this blade here or not? It's a Diablo fine cut blade. It's got a zillion teeth on it.
Yeah, mine is an 80. The one I got was an 80-tooth blade.
Okay.
So it'll be really fine, and that's great for plywood and stuff like that. So
and bone.
Doesn't tear it.
And it will do bone, and it would even do aluminum too. It'd be really good for aluminum.
Allegedly, of course, Solon, right? Allegedly, it'll cut bones.
No alleged about it.
But that's right. You have the dogs. There's never any evidence behind, so the dogs take care of that. Yeah, so that's fair enough.
Also, Boko.
That's what you say. Yeah.
I rip everything with that blade, and the last time I cut a couple 2x4, it's not cutting as well as it used to, so it's getting dull. So I'm gonna have to replace it. I don't know anybody that can sharpen it.
There's a lot of hardware stores that will do it for you. You find if you phone around, they will actually sharpen them for you.
He's in Vegas. They don't do anything free there.
I didn't say if it was free. I just said they do it for you.
Yeah.
Go to Harvard.
He could probably buy a new blade for the same price.
Go to Harvard. Yeah, well, my father used to sharpen his own. He used to do all of his own by hand.
Oh.
Question, guys. Which filament dryer you guys recommend?
Soval.
No, I would highly recommend, as a filament dryer, to actually get it dry, you get a food dehydrator. Filament dryers are good for keeping it dry. A food dehydrator gets it dry in the first place.
Well, I got a question for the Louisiana hobby guy. When you glue your 2 layers of boards together for your Christmas plaques that you make, do you use wood glue, or what kind of glue are you using when you clamp them?
Probably
wood
glue.
A CA glue or a wood glue? I was just wondering.
Wood glue, and then put weight on it. Because you have to weigh it down to get them to go flat, to dry flat.
And Jerry, if you want, you can make that an affiliate link. I'm okay with that.
He's wood glue.
No, that's fine, Vaughn. That's nice. Looks like an oven, like a pizza oven.
Yeah. Oh, well, I have a round one I use. And then I just use the filament dryer itself if I want to keep something dry while it's
wood glue. Thank you.
Yeah, wood glue and a paintbrush, and spread it out with a paintbrush, and then put them together, and then put weight on it to let them stick. Get a cinder block, put some paper over it or something like that, and cinder block on top of it, and let it dry.
Or if you got any clamps, just put clamps on them.
No, clamps will only hold the outside; they won't hold the center because it's a flat. You're better off to put a dead weight on top to squeeze it together.
Dead weight. Had my wife stand on it for a while.
Brave man, you're a brave man,
dude.
Oh man,
it's low. That is low, Jerry.
She's flying around and she's talking. Okay,
sort them out, Betty. Sort them out.
I was just checking to see if she's listening.
Come on, Betty. It's not a stream without you slapping him upside the head at least once.
He's locked the door from the inside. I think so. He's safe.
Oh, you
That's
have
why
a
he said
built.
it didn't
All right,
work.
you've built in roller. Okay,
That's good. Yeah.
a roller would work. But
Here, I give you a hand.
Better lock that door, Jerry. She is moving.
quick.
She is mobile.
Okay.
Lock that door quick.
Bolt on the inside.
Yep.
But
You
no,
haven't
I've
learned
done,
he likes it.
I think
Well,
he
there's
does.
that.
It's part of the
There's that, I
weekly
suppose.
stream. I have to say something, right?
Well, getting slapped upside the head is part of the weekly stream.
Yeah, it is,
How
it
you
is.
get there is up to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, Jerry, your wife must have a whole truckload of shovels now.
Yeah. She
No.
won't want to make her dinner later, so she won't be too mean to me.
Just put some strychnine.
We're waiting for the hen to come out the side and go. Pop.
That's it. That's it.
Let me reach down.
Here
Here she is.
Made it.
Oh,
Here
yes,
she is.
Okay, what? Wait now.
I
Make
told
it
you-
nice.
Hello,
Run.
Brandy.
Make it nice and crispy.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
We need it more believable.
Pipe bomb.
Yeah.
That's believable. My neck hurts. Don't, please
Can you
don't.
be nice?
I'm always nice.
Get a room, you two.
Yeah. She
They
has
have a
her
whole
room. I
house.
have my room. She's got the master. I sleep in a spare room.
Is it called the doghouse?
No.
Well, I snore and she watches TV late at night, and I can't sleep with the TV on, so we have
Yeah.
separate rooms.
These are the reasons she's here.
What is that noise?
It's off
It's like a whining. I don't know.
That's me.
That's Matt cleaning up with his Dremel.
It's the no, it's the wash.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's spinning up, powering
Ah.
on.
Spinning up. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
As long as you don't have a lot of stuff in those spin up and make a good whirlpool. You put a lot of big stuff in it, then you can't see it moving, but it still does a little bit.
Now
Hey,
with
Marlon.
any cubic
There's
wash
a guy, Milan.
plus, that thing you can fill it all the way to the top, and it'll slosh around everything that's in there. It's
Hey,
way
3D print newbie, how you doing?
But having the clamp-on lid
Hey,
with
Brandon.
the seal makes a big difference. So I see there.
My son
Brandon,
just
you
popped-
missed it. Your guy getting slapped upside the head.
Yeah. He's at work right now, still working.
Yeah, I need the Anycubic bigger stage. I mean, watching Q station. I need a bigger one. I'm looking for one.
Build one.
So I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Build one.
I
They're
thought
not
about
hard to build. I built one something similar, using magnetic stirrers for doing my yeast for proofing my wheat yeast for brewing.
You know what?
I thought about to put some fish
Oh,
pumps
where's
in
he
it.
at?
You know,
Where's he at?
You could print one easily.
no power heads.
I'll be
He's
right
got
back.
a-
Oh, what
He's
the
got a
hell?
stream a
Oh,
little bit, so
lovely.
There we go.
Tim's got to get going, guys. He's streaming after a bit.
Who's
Take care,
that?
Tim.
Ban him.
Howard's got accounts even
Report.
online.
Ban and report him,
Hate
Jerry.
speech,
Yep.
violence.
I'll be back about 4 o'clock.
Yep. Done. Sorted. Gone.
All right, Tim.
You got him, Kieran?
Yep. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, should be gone.
Did you report him?
No, he's.
Yep.
I did.
Yeah, I blocked him both places too.
What
Man,
the hell? I find
why are
it
people like
offensive. You know.
I
What, that
don't
we
get
blocked
people
him?
like that.
He's blocked. He should be gone now.
Yeah, he's not. He's blocking YouTube.
Yep.
More smart people think they're trying to be funny.
You mean not smart people?
Yeah, idiots.
You know, I'm convinced people like that when they were born, they're dropped on their head multiple times.
Or the mother left for the placenta. You know.
Yeah, they that's what they kept it true with the baby. Yeah. No, those people
Yeah.
are just insane. I
Disgusting.
yeah.
Yep.
You know, I think we should remove the warning labels of everything. You know, the warning labels of stoves and everything electric and all the power machinery. Remove all the warning labels
Yep.
and let people like that with people like that and let nature take its course
Yeah.
and get rid of them.
Yeah, but too many good people will die because there are plenty of good people who are dumb.
But good people will read the manual. You know, so this is
No,
the-
no. Actually, I'm kind of on the fence with what Matt's saying, but there is some credence to what he's saying because there are enough stupid, evil people who won't read the labels and end up hurting people around them.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's probably the worst one I've seen yet, as long as I've been streaming.
Why did you unhide him?
I
I
did.
thought I did by mistake. I was making sure I just put him back on. He's back on again. I'm just trying to clear him off, make sure they got them all.
Okay.
That was my bad.
Hey, 3D print newbie.
3D Milan. The problem is a new thing that started about 6 months ago. Is called hate rating, and it's where people make a whole bunch of fake accounts like that one, and then join live streams to spread their filth.
Yep.
And this is about as bad as it normally is. It can be on YouTube. On Twitch, it is horrendous.
Really? I've never seen it on Twitch myself, but
well, it's because Twitch actually put in some controls to help limit it or stop it.
YouTube normally does as well. It's got filtering. You can turn it on in your channel.
I'd say
When
Twitch. So many kids are on Twitch, probably.
When it first started happening, until about 2 months ago, there were no controls in there, and it was only up to the mods to be able to do something. There was no automatic algorithm to kill them, take them out, or anything like that. And I watched one stream. They ended up having to shut the stream down because it was literally 30, 40 messages a second.
They're using bots to populate.
Yep, they're using bots.
Yeah, I've got Nightbot in the background. And I've got mods and us,
Hey,
and
Epi's Corner.
we only do what we can do.
There's another one.
Yep.
There we go again.
Go get him, Kieran.
Yeah, maybe I should report him first.
I removed him block.
Yep. But it's the same person again doing it.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's probably got a
But that's
whole
why-
host of them.
That's why they do the names now as well. They put the name
Well,
up so then you
whoever
delete
that
the name
is, if you
stays
know
there,
where
the
I live, come
bastards.
knock on my door
Yeah.
and I'll take a baseball bat to you for doing it. And that's how I feel about your comments.
Right, same here.
So, no, we're here to talk about 3D printing and our hobbies, not have idiots like you pop in and say crap on the stream.
Well, and the problem is now we're paying attention to them, and that's what they want.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why the name stays behind, which is so frustrating. They can't just remove the whole name out of the chat.
Anyway, so other
that.
than me doing those that do some lasering tomorrow, I have some printing I'm going to kick off as well later on. But what's everybody else up to? I know Matt's printing as always.
What was the reason you put into your you printer there, Liam? That beige resin. What was that?
It's skin toned resin from Yusu.
Okay.
Yusu 181 regular resin that's skin toned. They also have a 182, which is an ABS like resin, and their
And here we go again.
183 is their water soluble. Yeah. And the 183 is their water soluble. So and the Yusu material is good. It's a nice resin to use. I've used it on printers all the way up to 4K and it prints fine. I've done the M68 prints really well, which is the tough resin. It prints really, really well. So I haven't found a bad resin yet, but I don't do as much printing as some of you guys do. Resin printing anyway. I do a whole pile of FDM printing. I do a lot more there.
What did it fail? What did it fail? The first one. What did it fail?
I think their profile isn't good. I think it was underexposing on the layer. So I printed the first off, like the base was raised off the build plate. Yeah. So it did the supports there fine. I started printing the build plate, and that's where it failed because there was such a large area of it
flat,
inexposed.
Flat,
it was actually sticking to the FEP, and it ended up staying on the FEP. So what I will do is this one is printing right now. It's probably close to being done, I'm hoping. And when it's done, if it comes out fine, great. If it doesn't, I will actually clean out the vat, and I'll actually use a Rain-X on the FEP, and then that will decrease the adhesion on the FEP. So after that, it should be okay.
It's a break-free cleaner. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Jerry uses that all the time. The Rain-X.
Usually YouTube chat is like 30 seconds ahead of StreamYard, but right now I'm seeing them exactly at the same time for some reason.
That's
I don't know
unusual.
why? Huh? No,
That's
normally
unusual.
now they're coming in. The map can confer to that. Usually one's delayed quite a bit, but I'm seeing them exactly the same time.
There's a setting for that, I believe, that they implemented where you can have them.
They're synced. They're synced at the moment. The chat's synced at the moment for the stream.
Yeah,
I can
usually
see
it's
it both.
not.
It's coming in both at the same time.
Yeah,
The video is delayed, but the chat's not.
See, what we need is this software to be able to tell us the IP address of the person who's sending those chats, because with the IP address, I can attack his machine and take him down.
No, actually, you can't. Because you can't guarantee it's actually him.
Yeah,
I'll track his MAC address as well through the IP.
Huh.
And what do you do for a living here, Liam?
I'm in IT.
Yeah.
He's an astrophysicist.
Yeah.
Slash IT.
Well, my background is IT security. IT security and infrastructure.
You didn't happen to work, anywhere near Area 51, did you?
No.
Allegedly.
Yes. Allegedly. No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that type of stuff is easy to do. If you have.
I thought Jerry was working at Area 51. I mean, he lives around the corner of it.
No, that's
his
51.
Nigel. That's his
51 is
Nigel.
his
That's the
door
fr-
number.
Yeah, now we're back. Now we're back being delayed on chat.
Oh,
Mine
great!
is-
They got in. They got up to speed to get the spam.
Here we go.
through, and then they went back again.
Here we go again.
Thank you, Andrew. Andrew
That
caught
guy
it.
needs to go away. He does not need to say what he just said.
It's disgusting, man. What the hell?
Yeah,
Oh,
ignore
he
him.
hasn't got a life. He hasn't got a life. He's in his
Kieran
mum's
is
basement.
killing him off, and that's fine. And Kieran will take care of it. Was killing him off on YouTube.
Yeah. Things come up. Yeah, full-time job. Keeps me off the streets.
I don't know why YouTube can't. He's using a unique picture,
They have a filter that they should be blocking that, and it's not.
Yes, they should.
This rarely happens.
I know it's rare, but it does
The
happen.
Nightbot's not catching any of it.
Yeah. And even,
Otherwise, I
do
think
you have the option turned on in YouTube to filter?
Filtered comments, there should be.
Yeah.
That's turned on also. It looks for keywords.
Yeah.
Add more keywords in, and let's see what happens.
I
You can customize that.
But I think it's because he's using his name, the name as well, which is screwing it. Yeah.
Well, see, yeah, I don't know what it is, but they need to be watching that better. It's becoming more and more prevalent.
We'll take a look at it real quick.
Yeah, it's in your,
Not fun
it's in your
anymore.
channel settings. It's down there at the end of the settings. There should be an option in there for content filtering, and it should be set to if it's set to allow all. There's no filtering, but you can actually set.
it
Anyway.
must be somebody from Europe, probably.
Why?
Because
It's a bot.
No,
It's a bot. It's a
It's a
bot.
bot. Yeah,
No.
it's a pre-programmed bot. You set it up, and it'll just re-spam back in again with a new. He's got it stacked up with the names, the titles. It re-signs on.
See, and now since there's the proof that they are enjoying this because we're talking about them.
Yeah.
yeah, let's change the subject.
Yeah. So, other than that, tomorrow, and what else is that? What's everybody else working on? I know Jerry's playing with his lasers.
I am building a giant enclosure to put the chicken coop in so we can go get our chickens.
Cool.
Chicken dinner every
You
night.
built them a hut as well for the nighttime. A coop.
We have a coop, but it's a small one. We also bought a I think it's like 20 by 50 hoop enclosure that we're going to set out there so that way we can not worry about the neighbors' dogs trying to eat them.
Yeah. You have to fence it off and then have
Hot
their
wire.
coop
Put a hot wire on as well.
I have a hot wire.
You
Yep.
have Zoe on?
Yep.
What was that?
How many chickens do you have?
I think there's like 14 or 15 of them waiting for us in Illinois. We had at one point 8, and our neighbor's dogs ate them all.
Oh, that's sad.
A coop is an enclosure, yes. It was just.
I need to start painting the spawns, Brandon. I got the head glued back together that I dropped.
Hey, Ron. How are you?
Homemade Jam 3D. Does anybody recognize that name?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Introduce yourself, Homemade Jam. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're into and the printers, and Kieran, go to work.
Yep, I am. I'm working on it.
Tell us a little bit about yourself so we get to know you first. We like people to come and join us, new people especially. But we need to know a little bit about you first, because we do get people in here causing trouble, and as you just saw, some of the pop-up messages. So introduce yourself so we get to know you. You got it, Kieran?
Yep, yes, go on. Yep.
Yeah, I added more words. When I see weird words I don't recognize, I go back and add them on YouTube.
And that's working now. That came up straight away. I got him, and then Jerry hit him. So his filter got it.
Yeah, good. Jerry,
actually, Jerry allows him to join the stream. We have very little control on who can join the chat.
Yeah. Well, we can kick people out of the chat. You can ban them.
Already on this stream.
Yeah, I thought I recognized your picture, Jamie. That's why I was wondering if anybody's heard of your YouTube name.
I don't know.
I thought I recognized your picture.
Yeah, I don't know the face.
I don't know.
If you'd like to drop in, Jamie, here's a link. Yeah, I know the name she posted, and I recognize her picture. That's why I was wondering.
So I'm going to spend the next few, I'm going to spend more time on my CO2 again now in the next week. I have some FDM stuff to do, and I have some resin to
Oh, I
play
know
around
what
with.
that is. Okay.
Are you still printing toys for Tots, Liam?
Yeah, I'm waiting on materials. They've shipped materials, or they're about to ship.
You've run out again.
I'm always running out. I'm always running out. Like the moment I get material in, I use it straight away. It goes on the printers.
That's it. They're going to love you when you turn up with your truck load of stuff.
They're not as many as you'd think. It's like the trains are the biggest ones, and I'm concentrating solely on trains now. But the other ones, like, it'll vary, right? People are doing thousands and thousands, but are doing tiny little
small
things.
stuff,
And when you do high numbers of those, that's fine. But
the big ones are what are nice, yeah.
Yeah, they're not stuff kids will use very often, right? They'll use somewhat. The trains are great. Oh, make Matt big, Jerry.
Oh, cool.
It'll be my first piece together one. Sorry, the lighting is really
yeah, the lighting, the grey is bad. Is that
terrible?
It's white, yeah.
Is that Captain Planet?
Captain Planet.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
So it's
I couldn't think of his name, but
Oh my God, you killed him.
Yep. I decapitated him.
Yeah, but the so the trains are. I like the trains because they're bigger, and I know mostly boys will play with the trains, but still, there's the numbers that are being printed by others are low. Like the total amount of train, I can actually tell you. Just give me a second. I can see the total amount.
When do you have to turn them in or deliver them?
At the end of November.
Oh, so you still have the
plenty of time to do.
Hey, Jerry.
Yep.
My StreamYard's actually ahead of my YouTube chat now.
Well, I noticed earlier it seemed like it was ahead, and then it caught up, and then it was behind. So
yep.
I don't know what's up.
Yay, latency.
Like we're at our total count to date of all toys is 29,000.
Jeez.
Yeah, that too. And but out of 29,000, only 743 of them are trains, of which I've done about 1/7 of them. Right? So that's why I want to do more and more trains, because the big products are not like the biggest number out there is
the chameleons and the
Land
unicorns.
Cruiser is 2.5 is almost 3,000, which is I did some of those.
Yeah.
The little penguins is almost 4,500.
Whoa.
Chameleons are 3,700. The Flexi Triceratops is 1,200. The Flexiraptor is 1,000. So most people are doing like the Flexi Triceratops is what is
The
almost
Amateur Radio Club has a barbecue going on right now.
Sorry?
What?
What did you say?
Oh, wow. I thought muting here worked. I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
I was talking to my wife. I'm sorry.
Barbecue. Are we all invited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring your own sausages or what? Yeah.
You should
Ribs.
not have been able to hear that.
No, we did.
We did, yeah.
You didn't mute yourself.
No, I muted myself in my OBS, which is outputting to cable A, which is what this is set to, but it's obvious.
We didn't hear your wife. We just heard you.
Well,
So.
you still missed the. You still never answered the question.
Yep,
Are we
yep, it's
invited
still
to the
working.
barbecue?
No,
Yes,
you need to
answer
club
the
members.
question. Answer the question.
He did. He just did.
No. No.
That's the question.
But so that's why I want to do more trains, and that so I'm gonna once the material comes in, I will just direct all of my big Zolan. I want to direct all of my stuff to train.
Did you get the original filament
Feels
shipment
like
from them?
trains too.
So, sorry, was that to me?
Yes.
Yep.
What was the question?
I said
She said girls like trains too.
Some do, and I've actually done some trains in pink, and I've done them in gold, and a light green with limey green color as well. So I know that some girls like trains. So I've done some, but
Pink is a boy's color.
Sorry.
Did you get your? Sorry.
Okay.
Go on, Zolan.
Here's Jamie right here dropping in, guys.
Pink
Hello, how you doing?
is a
Hey,
boy's
Jamie.
color.
Hey,
Hey, Jamie.
How's it going?
hang on. I've got to lower this thing.
I get trolled occasionally, so I got to be
This
careful
was
who I
like
let
a.
in. I recognize
This
your
is like an
picture. That's
on the
why I asked
fly.
what your name was. I thought I recognized your picture from Facebook.
Welcome to the madhouse.
Hey, who you calling mad? I'm
Hang
not
on, I
mad.
can't
I've been
hear y'all.
tested.
I've been tested. I've
Up, Matt.
Yeah,
Can you
he
hear
had
us now?
mad cow years ago.
But didn't you go to school on the short wheelbase bus, Liam? I'm sure you'd been on the short wheelbase bus.
I just
Yes, you
said
did.
that to make you
Yes,
feel
you did.
better, Kieran.
Mute your YouTube. We're hearing an echo from YouTube.
Yeah, homemade. Yeah, do you have your YouTube open in the background? If you do, kill it.
Mute your YouTube. We're hearing an echo from YouTube.
Yeah, homemade. Yeah, do you have
I do. Hang on.
Yeah, mute or close your YouTube.
Either mute YouTube or close it. Or it could be on Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah,
I got you.
She's
That's
got it.
much
She got
better.
it. She got it. Yeah.
So how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Ooh, I see resin printers. I see resin printers.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah,
too.
that Hallett One Creality sent me to do a review and some prints. We're having a little bit of issues, but you know,
Yeah, I've heard some people having a couple of issues with that one.
it's just because I'm not used to setting parameters on the actual machine. So, you know, like on this, this
And they keep it.
Mono SE, I can set it and forget it. And the Mono X, it's the same. I can set it and forget it.
Yeah.
And I'm not using the same exposure times with the exact same resin on this Hallett One. So that took me a minute to get it sorted out. And then let me see if I can do this. I've got
Oh, nice.
this Focus is
Another
was
focus.
sent to me
Yeah.
to do a review, and this dude, I'm telling you what, I wish I could get close to it. I'm going to do a video on it, but you can't hear it.
Yeah, it's a nice
Quiet,
quiet
very
printer.
quiet.
Yeah.
It's as good as my B2. Sorry
Yeah,
for the mess.
it's running the Robin 2 Pro Mini board is what it is. And it's got 2208 steppers on it, so it's really quiet for all axes.
Yep.
And the print quality that I'm getting, wow.
It's nice. Now, the one thing I will tell you to watch, I would say be careful about taking the bed on and off, because at the back of the bed, yeah, Matt has one too, but at the back of the bed, the heating tracks on the bed that heat the bed,
Mhm.
on the back of the bed come right out there the edge. So when you put the clips on and off, your clips are actually touching those covering those heat tracks.
Oh.
Now they're covered with a plastic, but the more you take them on and off, that
Wear them
plastic
out.
will wear away, and now you're exposing them, and you can short it out against the bed. And secondly, the ribbon that goes into your
Head.
hot end. The problem a few of us have seen an issue. I actually have the ribbon here. What's happening is on the x-axis, the ribbon is set higher than it is on then the connector is higher where it goes along the x-axis than it is where it goes into the hot end. So one is slightly lower than the other, and when it gets to the far left,
Plastic
or
clips.
far right,
Yeah, plastic clips.
what's happening is this is being pulled like this, and then it's actually being pulled upwards, or it's being pulled at an angle.
Okay.
And it's actually moving in that connector because it's a push connector, and mine actually burnt out.
Jamie.
Ah, yes.
Your name is Jamie, right?
That was weird.
Yes,
Okay, you have a YouTube channel, right?
I do. Tell me
Okay, I'm
Jam
going to mod
3D.
you, and you can post a link in chat, and people can go and subscribe. So I just modded you, so now you can post a link, and it'll show up.
Yay.
In the
In YouTube.
In the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
In the regular YouTube chat.
Yeah, or you can send it to Jerry and in the private chat here, and we can post
Yeah,
it there.
either way, I can post it if you want, or I just modded you if you want to post it,
Yeah.
and people can go check your channel out and subscribe to you.
Awesome. Yeah, I mostly do painting. Let me turn it around. You see my girls.
Oh, that's great quality. That's nice.
She does great work.
Great work. Very
Very
nice.
nice.
I've got.
That's a good collection of paints.
Yeah, I recognize you from Mega's site. I believe that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, Megan and I are buddies.
Okay.
This is from Dina from
Nice.
his newest model. I'm going to be doing the painting on it.
Yeah, I've done this dragon with Angelina Jolie around it, and it came
Like
out
the
pretty good.
Beowulf one.
I'm not good at skin tones. I've got to learn how to do my skin tones and build up my layers.
Everybody asks me, how do you do your skin tones? And I wish there was somebody would come out with a magic bottle of skin paint.
Yeah,
It doesn't work.
It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, multiple layers. And I usually try to do a couple layers and then a wash or something and try to make it
Yep.
look right. So
A red, a yellow, a blue wash.
then eyes are always been a skin tone, and eyes have always been the hardest thing for me.
Yep, eyes are sometimes a challenge.
Well,
Yeah.
and my solution for that is filler primer, and then you're done.
Use a marker.
Look, filler primer. I'm done.
That's as good as it goes.
You paint it black, and he's rubbing buff works too for a lot of people.
No, filler primer. This is good. That's as good as
That's
it's going to get.
that's as far as Liam goes.
I can paint the wall. I'll paint the floor. I'll build you a wardrobe. I'll build you a stairs. I'll put a damn roof in your house. But don't ask me to paint. Don't ask me to do detailed painting like that. It won't happen.
If the brush is less than 4 inches in diameter, don't touch it. Yeah.
Yep.
You
Filler
know, a lot
primer.
of people buy I guess decal water slide.
Oh,
slide
yeah,
decals
that would
for
work,
like
yeah.
model cars. I've never tried that.
Actually, you can actually get stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
Print your
can
own.
print the eyes. You
Yeah.
tie it out on a piece of paper first a few times to get the right size, and you print them, and then you just cut them out and you submerge it.
My husband could do that. He builds model cars. It would be another disaster if I tried to do it. It would be a mess.
I wasn't on the screen, Liam. You're holding up transfer paper.
Yeah, water.
Okay, yeah, I bought some, and then you can use your inkjet printer, and you can print on it, and then apply eyes and things like that. I've never done it, but I bought it. Kevin Sharp a couple of years ago was tinkering with it, and I had the program for it. I just never pursued it.
Well, there's no program. It's just a normal. And what you do is you print on it, and then you get either a satin or a gloss, depending on yourself, and you go over with a clear coat, and that creates the seal, and then you cut it out to the size you need.
Jerry, you need to use stuff you buy, dear.
What?
You need to use stuff you buy, dear.
I need to use stuff I buy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You bought the water slide. Why not use it for your eyes and stuff, honey?
Here's a roll of some transfer stuff I bought right here on Amazon. I'm going to put this on my glassware, so when I burn it with my laser and peel it off, it'll give it a frosted effect underneath where I lasered.
Yeah.
So
When you don't have
So that's two things Jerry has to do: use what he buys and paint what he prints.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah,
you,
I've literally got hundreds of models that aren't
You
painted.
see, you're after starting a domestic here now.
Yeah, if one of you guys was my neighbor and came over and didn't have a hobby, I got plenty of stuff you could do.
that he needs to paint.
Yeah, I
can show you all
probably
of it.
everybody has that box of
Wait now,
models that
who do we give the big spoon to? We can keep starting it.
Hey, Brandy, grab that spawn head behind you that I glued back together that broke when I dropped it.
Where is it, baby?
Right behind you, Brandy.
Oh yeah, it's the grey one and the yeah.
See, I'm
Those two
spared that. No resin printer, no prints to paint, so I'm doing okay. I'm saved.
There's Matt's page there.
Wow.
Yeah, I resin printed that for my son also. That was done on my CR10.
That's
And
what
I
Jerry
didn't
looks
paint
like when he
doesn't
wakes
like
up
it.
in the morning.
His wife
And why
doesn't
Jerry,
like it.
Jerry can't paint small eyes, so he made a big
You
swing, paint
resin
big
print
eyes.
this one?
No, FDM.
That's
Yeah, that's
FDM.
definitely
Oh, yeah.
3D printed FDM.
I mean,
My
that's pretty
CR10.
big.
And then I
You can
resin
FDM
printed that also.
Fast.
I printed
Matt
that
can
also in
FDM.
resin for my son. I just haven't got it painted yet.
Yeah, Matt can FDM, can resin print that.
Probably.
Mm,
Yeah,
On this thing.
yeah,
The wrong Matt. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's
On
the
that.
Sonic Mega.
Yeah.
So pretty big print.
And they got they're just going to drop their mini 8K now, aren't they?
I try to
Yeah.
only review what I can actually use and look at Matt. He's just got so
Jerry,
many.
use this.
Hold on, Brandy.
So
That's a big build surface.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty big.
Matt,
Brandy?
your coloration of your video is off today by yellowish a little bit.
Captain
That's
America. America.
Captain
So
America, the dead version from what's that cartoon
Zombie.
called? What If?
Yeah.
From
From What If? Yeah.
The reason why my color is off is this is a completely new camera system. This is using a Sony A6000, and that's why, like, when I show things off, it like super
Yeah,
auto.
slightly yellow. Yeah, slightly
Oh
yellow
yeah,
as
that's
well.
good.
I like that you have all the different colors behind you. We got green and yellow and red and orange and all
Yeah.
the different colored printers. Looks really good on
I
camera.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't messed with like the colors or the white balance because
White
this
balance,
light above here is just it kills the anything that's white. It just kills it. So
Oh, it's an incandescent. What you need to do is what type of bulb is it? Is it a strip light or is it a normal bulb?
it is a shop light LED.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. You should consider the daylight white. You can get daylight white LED bulbs,
Yep.
and that gives you a more neutral tone.
Or print a diffuser.
Or well, it's a light gives off yellow. A diffuser won't help it. You need to give off
It
white
is
light
yellow.
and
Yeah,
diffuse the white.
It's the
After the
only
stream,
light
I'm gonna
that's
have my
here that's
wife-
yellow.
After the stream, I'll have my wife and me. We're going to look at my YouTube settings, and I already have a lot of words I put in there while we're streaming, and we can go over to see what other words I can think to add to the bam.
There you go.
They can give you lots of new words.
Yeah.
I covered everything I could think of.
Sure. Collectively,
I have a football game that's coming
But
on.
it seems to be working, Jerry, because it's got very quiet
Lexi is
for a while
octopus.
now.
Yeah.
That's nice for that size.
Yeah.
Did you print
Resin
directly on the
printed.
plate?
That's
Directly on the
FDM.
plate?
resin printed directly
Yeah,
on the
that's
plate.
resin.
That is one of their test prints that they give you.
Wow.
That's the FDM equivalent. There's the FDM
Because
equivalent.
flexibles are really hard to do on a resin.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a large size of that on this thing. I'm gonna max out the build plate because this thing is probably for max like a smaller build plate.
Yeah, but like flexibles on a resin is hard because if you get any bleeding at all, it's a problem. And the supports you need to put in there or whatever, like I'm not saying on that size you don't, but I'm just saying because it depends on the amount of play between where the two parts join.
Right.
If there's a fair amount of play, you might get away with it. But if the tolerances are any way tight at all, it won't work because the stuff will just fuse together.
And drainage from the links before it
Yeah, Brandy,
Yeah.
I'll try to prime that today because Halloween's almost here.
Yay!
It's all sticking.
There we go.
She's got
That's
a
one
little
of the
witch I
things that
resin
they
printed.
post about this printer is the dimensional accuracy.
Cool.
Yay! My fake Stream Deck mute button works again.
Yay!
There I am
Yep.
on my
He's
room.
really cute.
Yeah. No, that's your mom. No.
You're a brave man, Jerry.
Her mom
You're a
is flying
brave
out here.
man.
Yeah,
Flying out here
Mom,
December
That was the
20th.
last time we heard of Jerry.
I jokingly call him outlaws, not in-laws.
And I don't have to pick up her mom at the airport when she flies out in December. She's going to land in the backyard.
I call my wife the itch
You
words,
are ready
both of
to
them.
die.
Anyway.
No, see, I have.
Like
No, I have to
talk
say.
that I don't need to be part of.
I have to say.
My
That's all right.
my wife
That's all
is a
right, Jamie,
true
because
witch.
we just wind them up. We just wind them up.
I can
I'll
show
stop.
my wife a incoming storm system, and if I show it to her, the storm will split and go around our house. If I don't, it hits us directly.
You know, I have like you were talking about your mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is great. She's on the other side of the planet, 12,000 miles away. She's a great mother-in-law.
You never see her.
Not in many years, but yeah, but I do have we have seen her a few times. But yeah, but she lives in the Philippines. So
Philippines, yeah. My mother lives in
Yeah,
Florida.
I'm lucky. Mine's over in New Zealand, so it's a long way from me at the moment.
Yeah.
She's good. She's a bad heart. She can't fly. Lucky me.
Yeah. We live in Las Vegas. Astro Printer, you're in Michigan, right?
Yep.
Zolan, Oklahoma. Matt, Illinois. Australia. Kieran down below is in Australia.
Yep.
And Matt, German up top, is in the UK.
that's a good position to have actually, because he's down under.
Yep. Where I belong. Where I belong.
And
What
I'm
country?
in Arkansas. I'm in
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Okay. All right.
Arkansas.
Yeah, which is its own country.
Arkansas.
Yep.
Be nice.
I don't have to be nice. I'm in Oklahoma.
We do
Yeah.
have our own language.
Yeah.
Okay.
I pass Arkansas plates every day.
And they do a check on your card going in and out to make sure there's enough guns. If you haven't got enough guns going in, they give you more to go in, just to make sure you got enough guns when you go in.
Unless you're going to the big city, then they take them all away.
Yep.
Hillbilly country. Do you hear what Epps Connor just said? Hillbilly country.
Hillbilly.
And I don't remember where Dennis is from.
He's from hillbilly country. He's down.
Yeah.
He's down south.
Yeah, somewhere. Them's
just
fighting
talk
words for
real
Dennis.
That's funny. So what
Yeah,
are you shooting?
Florida.
I stream every Saturday at 1 o'clock, usually for anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. Today, I'm just going to do it for another hour. I'll do 3 hours today because our friend Tim DeWitt up in Canada is coming on at 5 o'clock live. So I'm only going to stream for 3 hours today.
Yeah, you should watch Tim's stream this evening.
It's
D with 3D Canada. He's building. He's near the end of building a rat rig. That's a 500 by 500 printer.
Big printer.
It's huge.
He's got a great channel. Does live streams every Sunday night.
Yeah.
Usually Sunday night.
Yeah. So that's a monster of a printer. It's a nice printer. It's a Core XY printer.
Akuma Mods has a channel, and he's on Facebook real heavily. Matt's got a channel. Zolan has a channel. Decibel hangs out in channels.
I hang out. I'm just a stalker. That's it.
I have 4 channels.
And then Matt has a Facebook group also. And Matt German does a lot of lithophanes.
Excuse me, it's
Yeah, Matt's the lithophane king.
Like that light there that he has.
And I print all
All right.
statues and models for the last 4 years. And I've got boxes and boxes in the spare room of stuff. So, anyway.
Matt, I like Matt's Halloween light that he made with all the pumpkins on it.
Oh, Dennis in
Oh, good.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I do more mechanical prints. Is what I do. And I do a lot of charity stuff. Matt does a lot of charity too. Matt the vast majority of Matt's, I believe, lithophanes are charity. I do.
Oh.
Yeah, he gives them away for charities.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he doesn't. I don't believe he sells any. And I would say about 80 to 90%, about 90% of what I do is charity stuff, like Toys for Tots, like the stuff for the blind, like the stuff for all the COVID stuff I did, and so on. That's all charity stuff. That's what I do.
You talked about him. Now he's back.
Yep.
I know. Yeah. Speaking
Guys,
of
I'm streaming live right now on YouTube and my Facebook group, 3D Printing and Painting, also right now.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, I have a question for you. How many lithophanes have you actually sold out of the hundreds you've printed?
Probably like
And made
5
money
or
on?
8.
About 5 or
Yeah.
8 out of the hundreds you've
Yeah,
made.
most you give away. Yeah, most you give away and donate.
There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Nice, Matt.
That's for a charity called Changes, and they have a group called Tales on Tuesdays. It's a book club. And this is the author what comes to the book club, and they read some passages from the books, tell us how they created the books, and yeah, it's pretty funny, and we enjoy ourselves. It's run about for an hour and a half, and then we discuss the book for an hour afterwards, and yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Now, Matt does a great job on Vistaphanes, and the multi-panel ones he does for his lamps are brilliant.
Actually, now with the resin, he's doing single cube prints.
Well, it was till he broke it. Yeah.
That's a resin one.
Ooh, pretty.
Show the color ones,
I'm
Matt.
gonna try a resin one.
That's a resin color he's going to show you now.
Well, if his internet behaves. There we go.
Yeah, the light plays a little
that's
bit.
awesome. That's a resin one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain the backdrop, Matt.
How you got the color?
And
Yes,
color
what I
paper
do
behind
basically.
it, right?
Yes, exactly.
Turn the
all we
lamp
see
off.
is
Turn the
bright
lamp
white.
off. Yeah. Turn the lamp off, Matt.
Oh,
Couldn't see inside it.
Sorry, it's like a paper like this.
so the same as a regular litho that's FDM.
Yeah. That's basically, it's a little bit bright, the lamp. Hold on, let me focus.
He recently got a resin printer, so almost everything he's done has been in FDM.
I love that one.
He uses a Luban, right, Matt, exclusively?
Yeah, Luban exclusively.
Forever now, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, for 100 years.
Nice.
I'm good till, I think, March. Sometimes in March in 2179, I think.
So your kids will be able to use Luban when you're no longer around.
Yeah, I know.
Your grandkids will be using Luban at this point.
You can leave it in the will.
I know I get a special key now too, and this
with
key I
great
can use
power
on any
comes great
computer.
responsibility.
Because before Luban, you only could use it on one computer. Now I can take with a special key, I can use it on multiple computers. Like I can go on this computer with this key, and then take the key out, and then go to the next computer and put it in there, and so I don't have to call up, Lou, and ask him to change the license from this computer over to the other computer.
The one that's rotating is on a it's on a mobile turntable. The lamp inside it there, Gary.
This one.
Yeah. It's a motorized turntable with a light inside it.
Yeah, you can buy those on eBay and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
They're not expensive.
The other dragon I printed and posted on my group by Mega, I believe her name is Julie, that's on the group. You know who Julie is. And I asked her for her opinion. I asked everybody for her opinion. She gave me her opinion, all right. But, it's the truth. So
Julie will always tell you the truth.
Yeah, because people always, say how good my stuff looks, and I'm not that good of a painter. From 1 to 10, I give myself like a 3, a 3.5. I'm not
Where
that
is your
good.
dragon, Jerry?
But it's on the shelf somewhere over there. She's in the back over there.
I disagree, sir.
Oh, I see it.
So,
Hey, Jerry,
I
make
think
your
that-
Matt full
Matt a
screen.
long time ago. Brandy, behind on the CR10 Max, I have those DR.DOOMs. One of them has the carpet trimmed out in gold. Grab that one. One of them I didn't do the carpet. in
See
gold
Louise's
yet.
reply, Gary. It's battery powered.
Can you make Matt full screen?
Here's my baby business recipe painting.
Oh,
Yeah, I made that
reptile.
for Matt a long time ago.
So that is courtesy
Um,
of Mr. Knapp right here.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me that his coloring
That's
isn't
pretty-
good.
that's
Look,
pretty
it's
good.
like dark greens,
Yeah.
the black backgrounds. That's pretty good.
Did Gary retract his message, or did somebody else?
I think
If
Gary did. Because he was asked.
himself,
He asked it twice. That was all. He just took the second message
Ah,
away.
okay.
That looks,
Louise
that looks
answered it,
better in
that's all.
person, but that's a DR.DOOM. I did. I
Louise
got
answered
two of
it.
them up on Etsy.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome.
That one's pretty cool.
Oh, Gary.
That's all resin printed. Everything's hollowed on it.
Yeah, Louise answered it there, Matt.
All right, thank you.
Oh, I would go broke if I didn't hollow my models.
Yeah, I mean,
Resin
little
is so
tiny things
expensive.
I don't hollow if they're really small, but everything
Yeah.
else I hollow.
Gary had asked me a question about a fold-out LED light work in the lamp. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Probably something in my background, but
Yeah, I think he was talking about your way you keep your paints. The light, what kind of light you have. Swing your camera over
yeah,
again.
I'm keeping this on the computer, Jerry, so you paint it.
A ring light magnifier, and you got strip light. You got a strip light above your paints. You got a strip light
Yes.
above your
Yeah.
paints as well.
And then this
What is
is a
that?
garage light.
Barn is that? Is that
Ah.
I have those in my basement.
barn
here.
flaps?
It's
They're-
one of
they're
these
bright.
that folds out,
Yeah.
so I can get like.
That's what he was talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's insanely
It's
bright.
really not sturdy, but man, if you want some light, there you go.
Yeah, when I paint, I have to have a lot of light, and I got to see it, and it's really hard sometimes.
Yeah, I'm
Is that
old,
why you don't paint?
so
Yeah, I see you got reading glasses on your head. I use them constantly, and
Yep.
sometimes they don't help, and then I got to get a magnifying glass in front of that. So
I use my readers with the magnifier. So
You want what Tim
That
had
old.
with the magnifying glasses with the
Loops.
flip down magnifier loops on them. Yeah,
yeah, I have
Yeah,
those. And they have
Jerry.
multiple powers.
I'm telling you guys,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
filler primer solves the problem. What's the issue?
But that's just called laziness, though, Liam.
And I'll admit it, and I'm happy to say I am. But I'm
You
not
know,
artistic, though. I'm not at all.
I don't need
artistic.
to worry about the glasses or anything else for painting, and I don't, because I just, if I want it painted, I sit down, I hand it to my wife, she paints it, I'm done.
Yeah.
But
No,
those
there's
rockets
nobody in my
behind you,
house.
Liam.
None
Didn't you
of it
paint
are
the black
artistic.
on the rockets behind
Sorry?
you? Are they the black on your rockets? Did you paint that, or are they actually inserts behind you?
It's painted, but it's separate. So it was a separate piece that's painted and then added in later.
All right, so it's cheating. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the logos on those, the SpaceX and so on, they're actually
Transferred.
the water transfers.
Yeah.
That
that's
looks really good.
Oh, that looks lifelike. Wow.
it's really awful light. But
I haven't finished her yet. I got her 3/4 of the way done, and I haven't finished her. Like everything else, I've moved on to other things, but I got to come back to it.
yeah,
You can paint this for me.
but without that magnifier, there's no way I could paint those eyes.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Are you
How
clear
many
coating over?
how
are
many
you clear
bristles
coating?
are on that brush then, Jamie? To paint
One.
the eyes. How many bristles? One.
Oh,
How many bristles on the
About
brush?
3.
Are you clear coating over each layer in case you make a mistake? You can wipe it off.
Yes, that is what I tell people all the time in my videos. I matte varnish just
Okay.
about every layer.
Air dryer to dry it and wait like a half hour, and then go on to the next layer.
Yep.
Okay.
It also gives it more depth if you do that.
Which
Give
one,
you a chance
Brandy?
for your eyes to recover as well.
Randy, which one? Which model? Betty Boot?
That you do?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
you've had printed for 3 years for your wife?
Well,
At least he
no,
printed it.
I done that. I done that in resin last year.
At least he printed it.
2 years, dear. Everything's 2 years. I'm right.
I've
You're
done
wrong.
one in FDM, another one in resin, and I haven't got it painted yet.
It can go on my shelf with all my other Betty Boop stuff, dear. I'll paint the hair and you can paint the rest.
I wish I could
I
keep
know
my.
it's kind of show and tell, but I also do these.
I
No,
bet
we're
it's
about to
just-
show,
Oh,
about to show
okay.
and tell. Very cool.
I
That's
did a
what this
whole-
channel's all about: show and tell.
spreading
And
the
plug
wealth
yourself,
and
it's
spreading the
all welcome.
knowledge.
That's very cool, Jamie.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know who. I love 3D printing miniatures and terrain. Ian Lovecraft.
Oh,
He
yep,
does-
yep.
He does these Kickstarters, and I do dioramas for him. So, yeah, it's like he'll say, "Hey, I've got a Kickstarter coming up. You got a week."
What a friend's for.
Thanks. Thanks for the heads up.
But I love doing it, though. It's just something to do, and I love painting and I love 3D printing. So, yeah, that's
Whenever I get different resins in to review from a company, I contact this this person or that person regarding this model or that model, and then I feature them in the video when I do the model. That's like when I did the Dragon and Angelina Jolie. I forget what movie that was from, but
Beowulf.
Beowulf. Yeah, same as that.
Oh, Jerry, that printer, I need to sand the platform.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I need to take the platform. That's the new printer I unboxed this morning. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have it's not sticking to the platform properly. So I'm going to take it out and get some.
Scuff it up a little bit.
I have some 800 grit sandpaper. So I'm gonna give it a bit of a rubbing with the 800 grit sandpaper to roughen it up a little bit, and then that'll give me my bed adhesion I need.
With that, what is your bottom exposure layers or time and layers?
50 seconds.
And that's a mono?
Oh,
It's not a mono. No, it's not a mono.
Oh.
As I said, I hand it to my wife and she prints it and paints
Should
it.
be like 40 seconds or 30 seconds.
No, but it doesn't matter. It's not sticking to the.
I prime everything I paint the way the paint will stay on. Everything gets primed.
She's using acrylics.
Yeah.
So all right.
We don't need to prime it.
We have a monochrome printer here and we have an RGB screen here, okay?
Yeah.
The exposure time here is going to be like 2 seconds and
Per layer, normal layer.
Yeah, so it's 2 seconds for normal and 30 for the bottom.
Yeah.
For this, it's like 60 on the low side for a bottom. That's like the lowest I will ever go. And then for the exposure is like 15 seconds.
Yeah, well,
monochrome all the way then.
Well, my layers seem to be doing okay at about 8 or 9 seconds. I upped it to 10, right? But and they seem to be looking okay. The problem is it's losing adhesion on the bed, and so my guess is if I put it on something flat on 800 grit sandpaper and rub it for a while with it, just to give it a bit of texture and wash it down with IP, give it a good washing down. Then whatever I put in there will stick to it. It just the surface is too smooth. Is a problem.
So when you do that, just beware because you're promoting super adhesion when you sand.
I only give it a rough. Well, that's why I'm using 800 grit rather than 300 grit. Right? 800 is very fine.
Once you sand it and clean it, you shouldn't feel any texture on it. You shouldn't feel it being rough.
No,
if
you won't.
Feel it, you went too far. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with 800 grit paper, 800 grit will give you almost a polished finish.
Yeah.
Okay. So like if you sanded anything with 800 grit paper, that's way into getting towards the polish finish is what you do. 800, then you go to 500, and then you go to 2000 or something like that. You know.
Yeah. Go on.
I go for when I do sanding for some of the stuff I work on. I go from 8 to 1200 to 2500 to 6000.
Yeah, but I don't.
And anything above that is when I pull out the duck grease and the buffing wheel.
Yeah, but I want it to have a texture. So if I give it just a couple of small wipes, like by hand, a couple of short wipes just to break the surface. Yeah.
I don't sand. The only things I sand are metal.
Yeah, but this is a metal build surface. So.
Oh yeah, no. Why would you need to sand it?
Because it's too smooth that the material is not bonding to it. Because I leveled it 3 times and it's not sticking.
I don't think I have her head glued on, Brandy, so be careful.
I've heard of try a print at like 65 for bottom.
So try 65. I'll try it.
Yeah, try that once.
We don't do
it doesn't work then sand.
Yeah, because I tried it as I said, I have it at 50, and I've used 50 on other RGBs and it works fine.
Okay.
So it's so I've had it at 50 and it held fine up until near the end, and then it fell off. Because if you look at the image, the bottom of it is actually all the supports. The support gave way.
Right.
From if you look here, what you're seeing there is the support this is support layer, right?
Yep.
So that actually bonded, and you see how smooth it is. It gave way from the bed, is what happened.
I gotcha.
So,
is that a Samsung, Liam?
It is.
There is an app in Windows 10 called Your Phone. It actually links your Windows computer with it, and you can actually go through the photos on your phone in it.
I don't want to do that because it's a work phone.
Oh,
and
so you're taking personal pictures on a work phone?
Always.
Bad.
No, well, see, they switched us over.
As somebody who's in charge of all the mobile device management security at my work, bad.
Well, here, let's put it this way, right? They switched us from having company phones to BYOD, right?
Right.
And so basically, once they made that switch, these phones became ours, and they don't replace them ever. So and we don't get an allowance to do replacements every couple of years either, which some companies do. They pay you so much per year, and after 3 or 4 years, you switch stuff out. They don't do that. So
we do zero bring your own device because the company I work for is so paranoid. They shred the hard drives and phones when they're done.
That's the way it should be.
Hey, Matt, have your wife come say hi.
Oh no, it's not my wife.
It's a son.
my son.
It's a son. Yeah.
Oh, I can't see from here. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I couldn't see who the person was.
He's hiding in the back somewhere.
Yeah.
Hello.
So yeah, what I'll do is I'll
He's on the treadmill again, is he?
No, he's
No?
getting stuff. Oh,
There he is.
How you doing? I'm sorry, I couldn't tell if you or your mom in the little window.
Oh, so he's one of those guys.
And we got a doggy.
Have you ever built how many of your own worlds have you built to date?
He's talking about the Minecraft shirt.
It's not the Minecraft
Yeah, how many
t-shirt.
Minecraft worlds have you built?
Minecraft.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Has your dad taught you how to use his resin printer?
He just thought the shirt was cool.
Designing things.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Cool.
he designed that. He designed that little guy. He's into like Plants vs Zombies, so I mean, he's in. His design's a little bit better than I do. So
I like the ruby what you did. The emerald.
Yeah. This thing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
I wonder
That came out nice.
I wonder if you sand that and buff it, will you get it to become
I
transparent?
did sand it. It was my first time sanding a model, and I put a clear coat. So you see, it's kind of crappy, but I mean, I sanded off all the stuff.
I mean, if you sand it over
Yeah,
and
the
over and
airlines
over
there?
and with finer and finer paper, will it become clear?
Probably clear.
You can always ink dye, print it and clear, and you can ink dye it after the fact. You get a lot of different effects.
I mean, it's fairly clear as it is.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, you could definitely get it more like glass.
That was any cubic, right?
Because I've done in the past like resin tables and stuff like that. I've did them. My father was a carpenter, so we've done that kind of stuff. And when you pour the resin as liquid, you go over it with a blowtorch very quickly to get the bubbles out of it.
Yeah.
And then when it hardens, you plane it down, and then you sand and you sand and you sand finer and finer and finer grit, and eventually it becomes crystal clear.
Yep.
And so with a clear resin, you can make it totally transparent. Yeah, like that. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Show that again.
I said I'd do that too.
Yeah,
Shut up again, Jamie. Bring it up again.
I'm kind of like a Jill of all trades.
Show you the coaster you made. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
see,
So it
that's
comes through
lovely.
clear,
Stand
yeah.
inside, and it looks really good. So what did you do? A little bit of white in there to give it like the wave effect.
Yeah, that's it's alcohol ink up here, and then this is sand from the island that we go to a lot in Mexico, and then
nice.
this is a white opaque.
Nice. That looks really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, whenever I move somebody up like this, Jamie, to the corners, because if they want to show something, then I can make them big real quick. It takes me a second to do it.
Okay.
And sometimes when people are gabbing and somebody else can't get a word in edgewise, I move them to the corner. I make them big. That way they got the spotlight.
That's the way it always is. When there's a lot of people.
Jerry's streams get quite busy, and you'll have a full nine squares quite commonly, so it gets quite
Or I
interesting.
leave a comment on the screen for a
I'm
long
the quiet
time.
one.
To be answered. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Matt, what you say? You're always talking.
Yeah, Matt German's a quiet one.
I'm the quiet one of the group here.
And Zolan's a real
Yeah,
person.
quiet, Matt. You're always talking.
Zolan's a real person. He likes his raccoon, so he usually does a raccoon.
Come on, it's a red panda. Come on, Jerry, get the animal right. It's a red panda.
What do we got, Zolan? Oh, cool.
That's
Oh, cool.
multi-part print. No paint.
All right, guys, I gotta hit the road. Thank
No
you.
worries,
That's
Matt.
gotta hurt.
Take
Thanks for
care,
talking,
Matt.
Take it easy,
Take
guys.
care, man.
Yeah.
Have a great day, man. Okay, bye-bye.
Nice to meet you.
Jamie,
Uh,
question for you.
Okay.
When Ian drops the Kickstarters on you,
Yeah.
does he send you all the files for the entire set, or just one or two to highlight to optimize his Kickstarters?
He has ones that we kind of do a little collaboration as to what the diorama is going to look like. So he sends me the files for the diorama, but then usually I'll do like a $1 buy-in. So if I want to do anything above and beyond what I've already done, then I have those files.
Yeah. So his stuff's amazing. He just drops new stuff all the time. He's
Yes.
just great. Yeah, he's just
And
so
every
prolific.
bit of it is amazing. Supportless, which is the best.
Yeah.
The best
This stuff's so
part of
prolific
all
though.
of it.
And they're so diverse as well. You know, you'll do pirates one day, next time it's going to be Oriental. It's just,
Yeah.
It just never sits still.
And all of them have a story.
Yeah.
You know, he comes up with the whole story, and it's not just like 10 or 20 pieces that you're getting. You're getting all the characters and the monsters and the.
I love how he does it with the cartoon storyboard. It's just
Like
so
a
great
comic.
stuff. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Tim,
Oh,
that's
no,
Jamie.
who let him
Jamie, that's
in?
Tim.
You're back.
I tell you, that's the guy down in the bottom corner is the guy with the big printer. Show the printer, Tim.
Oh, yoy. I
How many
can spin
days
it
without
around.
accident?
I can spin it around. Hang on, let me unplug it.
I'm
First.
spinning around.
Yeah, Tim does lots of reviews up in
Hitting
Canada.
my head.
So there's the back side of it.
Wow.
And there's the front side of it. Yeah, it's hard to see. Actually, if I move it down a bit further.
Rat rig, 500 by 500.
Oops, no, back up a bit further. Hang on.
Clunk. Off the edge. Clunk.
Yeah.
You can
Anyway.
print some stuff on that.
Yeah.
That gets me excited.
The things he has to do to print a full-size droid, eh, Tim?
Yeah, no kidding. And I'll end up printing benchies on it. No.
And this is
That's not a
some of the
Benji.
droids.
This is a
Yeah,
big
Some of the droids, that's still too small.
Yeah. I'll end up doing miniatures on it. You watch. No.
I thought you were gonna print some prosthetic for ants on there.
Actually, I've already been requested.
So who's good at lip
Having-
reading?
Oh,
Me.
No, we're trying to listen to Liam's conversation here.
Oh. I've already been requested to print a Beyblade stadium.
Let's pretend.
I wonder
what
who
he's
that
saying.
could have come from, Tim. I wonder.
Yes,
I've never
I
heard of
wanna-
Beyblades till yesterday.
Never heard of Beyblades? Yeah,
Not till
okay.
yes- When I was a kid, they called them battling tops.
Yeah, exactly. But that's all they are.
What?
Battling tops.
That's what they called them when I was a kid. And there were little round things in plastic. These things are multi-part and they shatter.
Yeah. The
So-
Beyblades.
What are you
do.
talking about?
Beyblades.
What?
I'm so old that when I was little, that these things called Weebles wobble. They
No,
don't
I'm
fall
so-
down. They look like an egg.
You got to, if you don't know what they are, Google Beyblades. BEY.
Yeah.
Beyblade, I think, was big with kids a lot in the 90s.
It's back again.
It's back again now. My goodness. 24/7. All I hear about is Beyblade this, Beyblade that.
And that's not the right size for a
Somebody-
stadium. Yeah.
Somebody type
Oh.
the word that you're saying in chat because it's not coming through clearly. You pronounce it.
BEY blade. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
BEY. Correct.
Yeah,
BEY
I remember those
Yeah.
when I was in junior high.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I was
Back
a kid,
again.
though, didn't exist. We had these things. It was a little plastic ring, and you tie a string around these tops, and they were called battling tops. And 4 of them would come in and clang. And
I was
I'm
doing
not- I'm
well
not
with
as old as
Conkers.
you.
Conkers.
Oh,
Conkers
you're
is
not
mine.
old.
no.
Go on.
Nobody
I'll-
is. Well, I think Karen's about as old as me in this stream. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm a bit older though. A bit older.
I'm 57,
I'm
unfortunately.
47.
I'm not telling y'all my age. I'm just old.
So unfortunately, I'm the oldest on the stream at the moment.
Yeah, my wife is Betty Boop 45. That's when she started on YouTube. So I guess I need to change to Betty Boop 47.
No, that doesn't sound right. Not
Yeah,
changing.
she got on YouTube. She's like, "What should I call myself?" I said, "Well, you like Betty Boop? How about call yourself Betty Boop 45?"
I love Betty Boop.
Yeah, she got all kind of Betty Boop stuff.
She was originally a character, I think, designed as a dog before she became a human.
Hey, Marcel.
I believe in the 1928 or 26, I think she came out, right?
It's pretty
Betty
old.
Boop?
And yeah, Betty Boop. And I think the original character, the what looks like earrings are actually ears.
Yep.
Later on, they defined them later and made them look golden in the character.
1930 was the first one.
1930,
Came
yeah.
out with a little boy too named Henry or Harry or something, and then the dog came along. A little dog.
May Castell.
Yeah,
Did
that's
the
the
designer
original. That's
David Chambers done that Betty Boop for another person? It was a commission piece that my wife wanted to copy. So David contacted the man that I knew on Facebook, and he gave me a copy of it. That's how I got that Betty Boop. It was,
He needs to paint it.
yeah, I need to paint it.
If you love me, you would do it.
No pressure there.
You need
Yeah,
to
no
get
stress.
her.
Yeah.
You need to get her an airbrush so she can paint it.
Oh no! I don't paint.
You got
I
to
had my
start
wife
sometime.
try to paint something a long time ago and didn't go too well, but she needs to learn.
You don't paint? Do you paint your nails?
No, I'll get my nails done.
But for those who like blues and jazz and history of Betty Boop, look up Esther Jones.
Too much information there, Dennis.
Esther Jones.
She is who Betty Boop was modeled after.
Yep.
Oh my God! How cool is that? I need to see that. I need to see your tattoo.
That'll get the channel closed up pretty quick.
He said his left calf. Yeah.
Yes, I want to see his Betty Boop. He'll show it one day to me, hopefully.
Anybody in chat have any comments or anything anybody wants to talk about? Feel free.
So I need to put this back in.
We all talk at once, and then nobody talks. That happens.
Yeah,
a
that's
lot.
it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Let's pretend what Liam is saying. Yeah, I'm ordering 6 new printers.
And here's my doggies. Here, I'm holding a cookie by my cell phone. They're all like, "Oh, give me the cookie, give me the cookie."
Well, you're not like Renee, Matt. So whatever Liam reviews, you don't have to buy it. Unlike Renee, so.
Well, I'm
You
so
haven't got that
serious
problem.
now. I'm gonna tell them my mind. The 6 printers are late to come.
Where are they? Where are they? I need a new laser. I need my big laser. Where is it? Where's my new laser?
Yeah.
Oh, here's a model by Sanix. I need to print this. I haven't got it yet, but I need to print this sometime.
That is awesome.
The
That
chain,
was
the chain on that should be interesting, and it's chain mail. The detail on the flags as well, and the reason would come out amazing.
Yeah. I'm on his
If I could
Patreon. I just haven't
ever-
downloaded yet.
If I
That's
could ever
definitely not
stop
FDM.
printing Marvel models, then I might be able to print something else. But I'm a Marvel junkie.
See, I'm the oddball in this channel because I only have one printer. That's it, just a single FDM printer. Nothing, only one, nothing else.
Oh,
No,
that's
no.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
the
not
oddball
very
in the channel. I have multiple printers, and you've used yours more than I have.
This is a render, but this is what I printed for my son at 160% on my Anycubic Photon Mono X. I just have to get it painted now. I've got it primed.
You used to have the big one you printed last year for him.
And there's a clown and Spawn.
You had the big one, that big one that you printed him last year? That you can show
I
Jamie?
printed the other Spawn from Sanix. The one
Take
with
care, Gregory.
the throne. I did him for my son. He's
Okay.
a painter too, so
Cheers,
I let him
Gregory.
do all the painting.
Yeah, I did a big one from Tony Chambers. I don't have a picture of it handy, but it's 250%. It's FDM, and it's like, I don't know. You can't see my hands, but it's really tall. Really
Wow.
big.
Just make sure you're not naked as well, Dennis. Please.
Let's see if I can find it on my computer.
That was John that just called Jerry.
Yeah, I've seen the number thing. I'll call him back.
I told him you would.
Yeah, Carl's still got his multi-print going
Hi,
for his
Gregory.
ghosts on his printer at the moment.
Jerry, Mexican Corner just sent you a picture of his tattoo for me.
Okay.
You should also send Jerry a pic.
Okay, I'll look at him. I'm looking for a
Thank
picture.
you, FC Corner. have a jump on Jerry. You all have a
Yeah, that rainbow is changing quite nicely now, Carl, as well. You can see the good colour change on those on that short distance, which is quite good with the three ghosts going on it. Looks good.
I'm looking at a different screen right now, guys. So if somebody needs to show something, I'll see it in a sec. I've only got one monitor out here in the garage.
Oops.
Did you see that blue goblet away? Oh no, there it is. Jerry, you need to work on your Ghostbuster car.
Yeah, my Ghostbuster car is 3 foot long. I don't got it done. It needs a lot of work.
But it's sitting inside. It's not outside anymore.
Did Matt ever finish his?
I think he did, and then he kind of quit streaming and quit being online for a long time.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
I like Jerry.
I saw he posted just a little while ago.
Yeah, I invited him in the last couple of weeks, but he was, oh yeah, here's a picture of it. Let me rename it so I can find it.
Yeah, he posted last night.
Matt did?
Nicholas, yeah.
Nicholas. Sorry.
Let me add the picture
Yeah, I
right
haven't
here.
seen him on in a while. He's come on an awful lot.
Yeah.
Doesn't he live in Las Vegas somewhere?
No.
Oh, he's back on his regular job. Okay.
Well, Matt works evening shifts most of the time.
Yeah.
I thought he was in the service.
No.
Retired.
Yeah.
There's a picture of my big spawn right there.
He retired. He retired out of the service.
Yeah, there's his big spawn, Jamie.
How long this picture was taken?
Oh, nice.
A couple years ago? 3-4 years
There's
ago?
forever to paint. For him to paint.
That is.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
What happened, Jerry? That's like 20 pounds ago.
He started eating.
Yeah. I'm a little bit overweight right now.
He started eating. That was shortly after his surgery. Wasn't it, Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Anyway,
after surgery, you tend to lose
small
weight
spawn
for a
characters
while.
are there on the table next to it. You know, the small ones you buy. So that's just reference for scale. So
That's just showing off now.
That's kind of why he does these.
It's kind of like why you do it.
well, yeah, you print stuff, you got to show it off online, and it kind of got to be a thing. And now, whenever I take my cell phone, I do anything. It's like, hey, I can make a video about that. Oh, I can, it's just how it is.
Yep.
So.
It's tiring after a while.
Oh yeah, Liam. If you don't wear the proper safety glasses, looking at your laser, this might happen. Let me go find that picture Dennis sent me.
Yeah,
So, Liam, did you order 6 more printers?
I haven't. Oh, I don't order printers. They give them to me.
He may be
I know.
not everybody.
Lucky you.
Lucky people.
Yeah, well, like the resin I have, it was given to me for review, and I unboxed it this morning. I won a laser that's coming in the next couple of weeks, hopefully.
Wait, don't you already have one though?
I have 4.
So you could send that one to me.
Yeah, or me. Let me do the unboxing and review of it. It's the Congro laser, the Z1.
Oh,
Which Jerry has.
I don't have any, so I'd still be willing to try it out.
I don't have any either. That's
Yeah, I have a CO2 laser. I have the R-Tour 400x400 Laser Master 2 Pro, which is a diode laser. I have the Genmitsu cantilever style laser. I said I had a CO2 laser, and I have the E-Cube Maker Toy DIY2 3D printer that is a single extruder, dual extruder, laser, and CNC machine all in one.
Diesel.
I looked at that printer.
And have you actually used all those features?
I've done some testing with the CNC, but I have a CNC machine. So if I want to do CNC, I'll do it on that. But it does have a fairly large area to work on and it does work. And I've used the laser function on it as testing, but I have other lasers. So if I want to do lasering, I'll laser with a laser, not with a dedicated one. I've gone live on Twitch twice Gary, and the both times I went live, I was showing my lasers working. That's it. I haven't done anything on there hanging out or anything like that, but I've been on Twitch once or twice, and I'll go there every now and again. I also have on my CO2 laser I use a lot, an awful lot. I think my CO2 laser gets used probably the most out of all my lasers I have because it can do stuff fast. Now, a CO2. Well, the difference is the CO2 laser is good at cutting. It's good at cutting and burning as long as you do not want gradients. Once you want gradients, the CO2 is not really good for that. If you want variation in tones and so on, a diode laser is better because a CO2 laser is not full pulse width modulation.
I need to be able to etch glass, some metal, mostly powder coated.
Well, you can't. If you're doing metals, you cannot do that with a diode. A diode laser or a CO2 laser does not touch metal. They tell you it can do stuff to metal, and what it does is it heat treats the metal and makes it look different. It's not actually engraving. The only way to engrave metal is a fiber laser.
Well, or if the metal's powder coated, then what you're really doing is engraving the powder coat.
If it's anodized or powder coated, basically you're burning off the anodization of the powder coating.
Which is exactly what I want to do.
Then you can do that with a diode laser or a CO2 laser, yes.
And so glass, metal, and wood.
And even a diode laser is not great on glass. A CO2 laser is better on glass.
You just said the CO2 can't do the gradient.
Sorry?
But you just said the CO2 can't do the gradient.
On a glass, it's not doing gradient. On a glass, it's actually basically fracturing the surface of the glass and basically chipping it with heat fractures. And a CO2 has a higher temperature, so it has a better engraving than a diode. A diode would barely mark the surface. I mean, very barely, lightly. Jerry has some samples of that, haven't you, Jerry?
Of what?
Of etching glass with a diode laser.
Oh, the mirror that didn't go all the way through?
Yeah.
I can get it. It's just got the red coat. I'll get it in a
Where
second.
is it?
Brandy, it's
Where
on
is
the DIY, but it's got some stuff under it, and it's the mirror turned upside down. The edges might be sharp. I can't show you the picture from Dennis right now, Brandy. It's not appropriate.
I know. I told you that.
Yeah, I got the picture. Thank you, Dennis. I got it. I'll show you the picture after.
Yeah, but a CO2 laser.
You can crop
will
to
etch
just
glass
the head.
better.
You can crop to just the head, Jerry, and show that.
Yeah, I'll just show it later.
So you might be considering, like, if you're going to drop $300 or so on a laser, you'd be better off to wait to drop $500 and get a CO2.
Actually, I was going to drop 560 something eventually on the one that the Louisiana guy told me to get.
That's a diode. Okay, he's talking about the 14 watt output.
Yeah, it's the dual diode.
Now those will do better on marking on metals and glass because of higher output.
Okay, this was done on my DIY with a Comgrow 5 watt. I need to put it on the regular Comgrow and re-etch the mirror at a higher power, and it didn't go through both coating.
Yeah.
So I was just tinkering around about a couple weeks ago on it, but I need to. But yeah, I would suggest you can do almost anything and everything on a diode, but if you want to do a lot of cutting, you need a CO2.
I think
almost everything you'd want to do would be a diode will do it.
Yeah, but the diode takes a lot longer to do it because you have to move. Your head has to move a lot slower.
It's like night and day compared to a CO2.
Oh yeah, what you engrave on the diode, you see me doing those sticks that I engrave, right? For a guy I do them for, right?
Yeah.
And I can do a batch of those in 10 minutes on my CO2. To do the same work on a diode would probably take me about 2 or 3 hours.
So this is the one that he told me to get. I just dropped it in the YouTube chat.
In private?
YouTube chat.
YouTube.
Okay, I'm waiting for it to come up then.
It hasn't popped up yet. That's crazy. There it is.
Just did now.
The Niji.
Yeah, that's the Neji.
Yeah, the Neji.
The Neji are
by
good
10.
too.
Wow, that's huge. That's big.
Well, they do have it. The Neji offers an extended version as well.
Yeah, they no longer sell any of them that are smaller than that are full square frame.
That's cool.
You can buy the previous models that are smaller than that on Amazon or whatever, but
Yeah, that's the 460 by 800. Yeah,
Have you been watching?
That's big. That's
And
huge.
Zolan, have you been watching some of his videos on Lightburn and stuff?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, Louisiana Hobby Guy does great work. I've downloaded a lot of files from him. I joined his Patreon for $3 a month.
It was actually, I think it was on Liam's stream I met him.
No, it's probably Jerry's.
I had him on
Maybe
here.
it was
I had him
mine.
on here last week.
Yeah, he was here with Jerry last week, so maybe you met him here. But he does some really good stuff, and he uses all diodes, but he uses some of the 14-watt diodes. So you will be in with the higher output, because as you know, light is additive. So 2 7s give you the 14 out. That's how they do it, right?
Brandy,
What?
push the 4th button on the bottom of the stream deck, the hobby room. If the light is still turned on, is the light still turned on in there? In the laser room.
Yeah.
Okay. The bottom of the stream deck on the bottom, the 3rd or 4th button over is the hobby room if you want to click it. And the first one goes back to your camera.
What are you talking about?
He wants you to switch cameras to show us the other room.
There's a thing on his desk called a stream deck.
With all the buttons on it. The bottom row, it's like the 3rd or 4th button.
And then we switch to the toilet cam. No.
This is not John's house. It would be the upskirt cam, right?
There we go.
Yep, there we go.
And there on the wall there's some pictures that I did there on canvas
The
at the
center
dollar store.
The canvas
it's not hard to
pictures,
see, but then there's some tiles and stuff there. And the one on the left is the Comgrow. The one on the right is my DIY with the same Comgrow head on it. And then the CO2, which I haven't used in a while. And the bucket underneath is water for the CO2. So anyway.
My CO2 was being used yesterday, and it'll be used again tomorrow.
And then push the first button, Brandy will go back to your camera on the left, bottom left corner.
And my CO2 gets so much use. I'm like in the last week, it's been going, or the last couple of weeks, it's been busy every single day. And I don't mean like busy for an hour. I mean busy for 12 hours a day or 14 hours a day. I print something, I walk out, scoop off to the next one, lay on the next one, hit go, and walk away again. During my workday, I just every few minutes I pop out and reload it.
I feel I can close it. Go ahead.
If I want to cut like balsa wood to make buildings for a diorama, what do I need to get for that?
Depending how you could do it with a CO2 laser. A CO2 laser will cut the balsa wood.
So will a diode if it's up to 3 millimeters thick.
Yeah, if it's any more than 3 millimeters, a CO2 won't cut. Well, a diode won't cut it to it. But here's the one thing about woods, though. The wood you need to test it because certain woods
burn easy.
When you go, they're easy to cut, and others are really hard because the grain in them can change how the wood is cut. So, and balsa being so soft, you want to be careful because it might cut too easy and end up burning. Okay. Burning very fast. So you want to be
and then
careful.
You have to bear assist to blow it out. If you know somebody with a diode laser, take some balsa to their house and have them experiment before you go invest a bunch of money in something that may not work for you.
I know. I don't know anybody.
Or you can buy it, try it. If you're not happy, send it back to Amazon like everybody else does.
Yeah.
So what thickness?
And then I can rebuy it cheaper later.
Yeah.
So what thickness material are you cutting?
It would just be maybe an 1/8 inch at the most.
8 inches, what, 6 millimeters?
Oh yeah,
5 millimeters.
You're UK, so
roughly.
No, I'm in the US, but I'm Irish, but I'm in the US, but I use real measurements, so
maybe 3 millimeters, maybe 3 millimeters thick.
3.175 millimeter is 1.25 inches.
Plus or minus.
Or 0.125, sorry.
And balsa wood is really soft material. It's not a hardwood, so it would probably cut it like butter. I don't know if it would burn it. I don't have any balsa to test.
Yeah, I don't have any. It's easy enough to find some in the hobby store and test it out.
I can order some and I can let you know in a week.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a Hobby Lobby right there near you, they sell it in Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
So you're talking about balsa sheets or actually just sticks or?
You can get it both. You can get it.
If I can find a small supply off Amazon reasonably, I'll order some today. I'll get it in a couple days. I can do some tests and see if I can pop it out okay. And then I'll let you know next weekend.
That would be awesome.
But I don't want to drive to Hobby Lobby. It's halfway across town, but I can order some balsa wood.
Like there's there's like house kits that you can buy. It's like a snap together kit, and and they're made out of wood, and it's balsa.
Well, you can actually, you can do the same in plywood. There are apps out there, and there's actually websites out there where you can actually make a box with finger grooves, so they slot together, and you can actually cut it. You can get a sheet in the laser. It'll build you the template. You cut it out with the laser, and you take the parts out and just clip them together.
Hey, Jamie, even faster, join a laser group on Facebook for diode lasers, and you can just ask them, and you'll get a million answers right now.
The R-Tour or the R-Tour lasers has a our R-Tour is a good group. Also go to Genjitsu has a really good group, like the Sane Smart.
Just do a search on Facebook, the search bar, just type in diode laser, and a bunch of them will pop up.
Okay.
And then you'll know in a half hour what does or doesn't work right.
And if you want to look at if you want to look at doing a CO2, go join the OM Tech.
You see Daddy?
Because they're here in the States, but they sell the Chinese lasers.
Yeah.
But they buy them in. They go through the QA check on them. They check them out to make sure everything's good. They optimize a few things, and when you buy it from them, you get a warranty with it.
Is the Louisiana guy still on channel? I don't see if he's still on channel. He wasn't. He's not showing up.
But there's different
hobby
options.
guy. I don't think he's on right now. But
No, he's not on right now. No.
It's all about power. Yeah, it's all about power. The more power you can get out of your laser, the cleaner you can cut, and the faster you can cut.
More power, Scotty.
Okay.
Yes.
Tim, when your show is starting?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. He's
In
another
hour
just over an
15
hour.
minutes.
Just over an hour. Yeah.
Hour and 15 minutes. So I'm going to go another 15 minutes. That way it'll give everybody an hour break if they want to come back and watch Tim in a little bit and drop in.
We need time to get our lines ready to abuse Tim. Yeah.
So it might not be much. I'm having trouble connecting to the duet now. So, yeah. All right.
Little steps, Tim. Little
Yeah.
steps.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It'll happen.
So you have
See
to
if I can find something else for you to buy as well. I'll do a bit of search and find some more stuff for you to buy. You're doing quite good so far.
So you're at the software load right now.
Yeah, I did the I flashed the card fine. The card flashed fine, and I put the Wi-Fi configuration file in it that it asked me to. It told me to create a file called WPA supplicant.config.
Yeah,
that's for the Pi. For the Pi.
I put it in, save that, and then I've put the SD card in the Pi.
Okay, just one thing you must remember: the WPA and your SSID for your Wi-Fi is case sensitive.
Yes.
So you must make sure that it's in there correctly, and you also make sure that you comment out, or you undo the comment out of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Show the file here if you want to. I can check to see if it's good. Actually, take out the password out of it, but show the rest of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I don't care about the password. You're not going to hack my Wi-Fi.
No, I'm going to come to your house just to do that. All the way up.
Sit outside in this front door. Yeah. Just sit in your driveway to do it.
No, the thing about it is, it'll be on the internet. So, take the password out of it.
Grab the card out. Let me grab the card out of here. Need tweezers.
Are you going to be sharing a screen in a minute, or
just in a sec?
Okay, I'm going to show the Navari's in Navarre Printing Trevor's store. I'm going to show. I like to show it every week.
Oh yeah, it's a nice setup.
In Navarre, Florida, Trevor is in a 3D printing, and he sells printers and all kinds of stuff, and does a lot of custom work. Here's a video of his store.
That's his resin station.
UPS on all his resin printers.
Mm-hmm. That's his wife testing the printers, assembling and testing printers. That's his fiber laser for doing metal engraving.
Nice.
He actually does metal engraving for the jewelry stores in the mall. And they bring it to him because he can actually engrave on metal and they don't have it's cleaner for that.
There's not many stores in that mall though.
And there is a jewelry store there though.
I've got OBS in the background running through StreamYard, yes. And I'm in 1080p since I'm on the Pro plan. Thanks to the community that donated to me, I'm on the Pro plan. So everybody that logs in to me can go to 1080p.
Yeah, that looks right.
No, he's missing a line. He's missing a line after PSK.
Is he?
Yep, the key management WPA PSK line after that.
Oh yeah, because he probably is running WPA PSK2 is probably what he's working.
Yep. So there's a line missing after the PSK equals.
Yeah.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Yep. It should say so. Hang on. I'll show what it should look like. Hang on. Let me just bring up my screen so you can see what should be after it.
Yeah, I just copied exactly what they had on the. Yeah. Now
Yeah,
the
but
quote
it's missing
around the SSID and the password.
Yeah, but there should be another line there. I'll show you what it should look like. Hang on. Let me just do this.
Gary T said the code's supposed to be CA on the top. It's not GB for Great Britain.
Oh yeah, well I guess it doesn't. That doesn't really matter, but
it does make a difference.
Here, I'm going to put it into chat here. This is what it should look like on the inside.
oh, it's in private chat. Okay.
Yeah, let me just hit paste.
Okay, there we are. PSK. Okay.
Hey, Cleo.
Okay.
I kind of have to unmute my mic if I want people to hear me. You do not need that third line. The third line is no longer necessary. The PSK line is no longer necessary.
What? Which?
So if I copy and paste yours, just let me do this, and then if I paste it in,
all you want is the one that says that didn't come through very well. This ID. All you want is the one that says key underscore MGMT equals WPA dash PSK. That's
okay. Just that one line. Okay.
Yeah,
so that's going to go where? On the next line?
No. I'll show you. I'll bring my screen up.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's going to go in
between
the brackets.
Yeah, it's chaining on Liam's screen.
And AJ is a very popular machine. I've never tried it. The Louisiana Hobby Guy has a couple of AJs, and I put a link above to Louisiana Hobby Guy.
Flip my screen up, Jerry.
Wait a minute.
That's not his screen.
Where to go? Oh, that one.
I know Kieran is a fan, but he doesn't have my face in his background.
No. So you see that yep.
Okay, so I've in the next line, key management WPA equals W.
This is my cheat. I've got a notepad with all my little settings in it, so I know what to look for. Yeah.
You have not needed that line for the last 3 years.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not necessarily, but I'll leave it in there anyway. It seems it causes no problems.
It depends. I know with some of my headless Ubuntu installs on Pi, having that line in there does cause a problem.
Okay.
But so does a couple of the other lines that people put in as well.
Yeah. I print mine down, and the other one I also do is make sure it defaults to wireless. That's my little cheat.
What is the Rat Rig base OS for Pi?
I don't know.
I have a question for you, Tim. Are you running? What are you editing it with?
Just Notepad.
Correct. Okay. Good.
Yeah, just Notepad, and then saving it as a .conf file.
So
Vi?
I
No, anyways.
No, it shouldn't be a. Okay, yeah, because other editors have a tendency to modify or add additional
Right.
characters, which cause problems.
Notepad or
okay.
Notepad plus plus. That's what you want
Right.
Yeah, I
to use.
use
Yeah.
Notepad plus plus most of the time.
And all you
okay.
people watching,
Oh, so there's the issue. They changed the file name for the rat rig, or at least they did for the vCore OS Clipper firmware that they have. It's vCore OS-WPA-supplicant.txt.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
They changed the file name.
it was looking for the wrong file, basically.
Yes.
So
I am scrolled down almost 3/4 of the way on the page. This link should take you to almost directly to it. It's in the chat.
let me have a look.
Where it says Wi-Fi optional, it talks about the WPA supplicant, and then edit the vCore OS WPA file.
Okay, where's the window I need here? Come on, I got too many windows open here. I got to find the
So
window.
you can
I
see
have.
we jump around a lot on this channel, Jamie. We cover a lot of options.
There we go. Wi-Fi
Always
option.
learning.
Okay.
Yep.
This is it. This is why it's a good channel to be on, because we cover a lot of information. Not always experts, but we get a lot of spread.
So
we
they
get
have actually
sidetracked
made their
sometimes.
own
Try not to.
That's okay.
distro for this.
I see it. vCoreOS.WPA.
And the file should already be there, so you just need to edit the one they've got.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me see if the file's on the card that they gave me, because I transferred all that data to my computer. Okay. Let me.
Yeah, it should be in the
Gary,
boot partition
I
on it.
more with what you're saying.
Sorry? What?
Gary's comment. I said I couldn't. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yes, I agree, Gary. Why? I mean, not even my Pi-Star images do that, and they modified everything else.
What's wrong with you today? What's wrong with you?
He's probably talking about this, but I'm referencing 3D printers.
Lay down.
Now, once you get a Pi involved, things blow out big time with need to know.
I've got multiple. I got what? I'm up to 12 Raspberry Pi 4s, 14 Pi 3B pluses, 7 Pi Zeros, and I've lost count of the number of Pi Picos I have here.
I need
The Pi is the way to go. The Pi is the way to go for the 3D printers.
Well, when you're talking about one or two printers, it's great. But if you're talking about multiple printers, now you're talking about Octafarm.
Yep,
just fine. Yep.
Which runs on a Pi.
Yeah, it does. But but Octafarm, I've been dealing with somebody else, and they've never heard of Octafarm. And I went, you want multiple printers and you don't have Octafarm, you're making your life hard.
If you're running Octoprint for multiple printers, yes.
Correct. Yes.
There are other methods as well.
There is there is Astro Printer. Is it Astro Printer or printers?
Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
Hey, Jeff.
There's Astro Print, I think it's called, and that's an app. It's a cloud-based app, but does it?
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, trying to get this to work.
All right. Well, we can see and hear you.
It's working.
Lights on, lights off.
How you been? I see you in chat all the time, but I've never met you before.
No, this is the first time I'm trying with a webcam.
Okay.
And I see me, but I don't see anybody else on it.
Minimize the screen again, Jerry.
Minimize this.
How does that work?
No. No.
Are you on the StreamYard webpage?
Yeah, he logged into StreamYard, so he should see us right in front of him.
I can see me.
Huh.
What about on YouTube? The YouTube channel, is that showing you?
There we go. Now I can see myself.
Okay.
There.
Welcome to the Madhouse. Someone else to join the Madhouse.
Sure.
I told you I'm not mad. I've been tested.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you all.
They kicked me out because I was too normal.
Too noisy.
Too noisy. Yeah, you're the noisy one of the bunch. That's for sure, man.
So here we go. We've got full celebrity squares up now. All 9 squares up.
Yeah, each and every Saturday, 1 p.m., I try to go live for anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, depending on how busy we are. Tim DeWitt 3D down there in the middle, below Jamie, will be streaming in 2 hours. Or no,
an hour. Jerry,
an hour on his channel. So we'll end this here whenever we end this here in a little bit, and then everybody can jump over there if they would like. And I posted a link to Jamie's channel, Jam 3D in the middle, in chat.
Subscribe.
If you'd like to check out her channel.
Subscribed.
Jeff, do you have a channel, Jeff Hutchins?
No, not yet. Working.
Okay. Yeah, anybody is welcome to post their channel in chat, and you're more than welcome to plug yourself. Each and every week we do this. People can talk about what they're printing, what they're making. You can plug yourself all you want. I don't care. It's all about the hobby and helping everybody out.
Questions, queries, solutions to problems like we're working on Tim now.
And if we don't have an answer, there's somebody in chat that usually does. And I didn't see non-fam today. Not sure what happened to non-fam.
That's very weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Non-fam's
Unusual
like
for
everywhere
non-fam.
normally.
Always on.
Yeah.
So we go from everywhere from 3D printing to CNC to laser engraving to astrophysics to physics to space and science and rockets back to 3D printing. And that's in one conversation.
Yeah.
Don't forget flat Earth. Don't forget flat Earth.
Anything else you
Flat Earth. We covered flat Earth as well.
But
Yep, yep.
the only people that believe in that is Zolan. So that's okay.
And then Astro Printer down below, Liam, I used to call him Ike, or I still do. Ike means I know everything, because sometimes he'll start ranting and going on. And when he does, I pull this picture up and I say, that's Ike. There's Liam. So, and it doesn't offend
If
him.
you give us your address, I'll send you a sticker of Jerry's if you want one.
Ike's got the science background. I'm a geologist, so we got a whole selection of flat Earth and deal with stones and rocks and all
Message
sorts.
Jerry, the message Jerry your address.
I'll
Ping
mail you
Jerry
my
on
stickers if you
Facebook,
like.
and he'll send you stickers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my group on Facebook
Jerry,
is
are
3D
you
Printing and
in
Painting.
the 3D Printing Model Marketplace group? I know you're in BX Labs, so send me
I have a
friend
group.
request.
I have a group called 3D Printing and Painting,
I'm
or
in
you can
it.
search for 3DHP.
I'm in it.
Okay.
Send me a friend request, or if I can find you, I'll
Okay.
send you one.
Here, I can do it right now.
I really appreciate you guys letting me come on.
Of course, it's all about
Hey,
sharing.
everybody's welcome.
You should have worked out by now.
Still
Jerry's
live in the
standards are
past,
low. If I'm on and Liam's on, Jerry's standards are very low.
Yeah. The fact that he leaves us in here, he's got low standards.
So we need other people to
making me
improve the
feel good,
standard.
guys.
We've got to raise that standard. So
I just sent you a friend request on Facebook.
Karen has to come on because I make them.
yeah. Brandy hates it when I don't join in.
See, the way
She
it
likes
goes,
my
That's why I
accent.
asked
She
you.
likes my accent.
The way it used to be is I used to be the favorite. Now Kieran is the favorite. You see.
Yeah.
I feel
I'm
like
special.
you asked
Oh man! Again, I was talking to a mute button. Here I was telling Liam. That I don't have to believe in flat Earth because you don't need to believe in things that are real.
That's okay. You can pick on me anytime. I don't care.
Every month's a pick on Liam month there, Dennis. We know that.
Yeah, people only pick on me on days that end with the letter Y.
So, Jeff, anything you've been working on? What's going on with you?
Well, trying to get my E5 Plus going. I just updated, put a silent port in it. And of course, the VL Touch isn't working, so it's rewired. So now I just got to turn it on and see if it'll not drive into the glass bed.
That's always fun. Well, here's how you can fix it. Move the bed way down. And when you the reason why is when you turn it on and home it, touch the BL Touch with your finger, so that it won't ram into the glass. You trigger it manually.
Okay, true enough. Yeah.
That way, then you can test it before without crashing.
And so you can
the
get to
bed.
the power button in time before it tries to break your bed again.
Well, touching it by hand, hitting the plunger by hand fixes the problem, and you don't run it. And that way, you know.
No.
Then when you do the next home, it actually comes up and it will stop on its own.
We know that, Liam. What we're saying though is the why you're doing it that way.
To prevent that. Yeah.
Yes. So if it fails, you can get to that power switch in time.
Oh, correct. Yes.
Where do you live, Jeff?
Abbotsford, BC.
Okay.
Yeah. Been
We
here.
have people
Definitely
from
spread
all
around
over
as
here.
usual.
everywhere.
Another Canadian?
Another Canadian. Yeah.
That's okay. We
We
won't
can't
hold
have
it against
everything
you.
there. We can't have everything, unfortunately.
Yeah, we won't hold it against you. Don't worry.
Vancouver,
Yeah,
BC.
my other printer is
Yep.
E3, I moved the board out of it, replaced the board, replaced the power supply. What else have I replaced on that? The board, power supply, the switch for the power supply.
Still not working there, Tim?
No, got the Marlin. It's 0.06 or something.
Whoa.
Marcel wants to know if you're an Abbey. He lives in Vancouver.
Abbey, BC. Yep.
Canuck.
Yeah, Canucks everywhere.
Yeah. No, but they I'm planning
Take off.
My plan is for my E5 Plus, I'm going to add Clipper to it with a stock board.
That stock board is extremely loud. Those steps.
It is very loud. At some point, I will put in a silent board in it. Well, I have a board I can load in there. I just haven't got the time to do it. I have a
Big Tree Tech by any chance?
BTT. I have the BTT E3 is what I have. The E3 to V2, and it's a pretty.
Isn't that the one that the thermistor is bad on?
No, I don't believe.
I know
so.
one of them. One of the E3 boards has a suspect thermistor.
I'll have to look it up. I don't know. I don't think it is. This
All right,
is the
guys.
version of the board.
I'll see you guys later.
All right,
Matt.
Take care, Matt. Thank you very much.
Hey, Matt.
Here's Louise.
Nice to meet you, Matt.
Bye, Louise.
Bye, Louise.
Take care. Here's Tim's
Guys, I
channel
gotta
right here,
get out of
guys.
here too.
Yeah, we got to get going here in a minute. So
Yeah.
I gotta play wife and cook supper.
Yep.
thank you very much for coming on. It's
Multiple
nice to
reports
meet
of that
you.
thermistor.
You're
Nice to
always
meet you,
welcome.
Jamie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Keep up the great painting work. You're doing awesome.
Thank you. I'll see
Take
you guys
care.
some other time.
All right, take care.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, what were you saying, Zolan?
I'm finding multiple posts about the E3 V2 having thermistor reading issues.
Is it which version of the board?
V2. V2.0.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Incorrect thermistor readings and failed printing. Reading 0C on hot end thermistor. V2 temp issues with Clipper.
Okay, then I need to. Then I'll change. I'll
be
just go
careful
and get a
with it.
different board because
Yeah,
I'm
just be
not
careful with
wasting
it.
this board on that printer. This is way
I
too
want one of those
overpowered.
boards.
Way
I
overpowered.
want one of those boards.
That's with the is it 8 extruders on it? 8.
That's 8
inputs?
steppers.
Yeah,
drivers,
8
yeah.
steppers on it. Yeah.
But that's not really for this. That's overkill for the Ender 5 Plus.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Well, I
Oh,
picked
you
up,
didn't pay for that one, did you?
No.
and they say it's plug and play, but I had to rewire the BL.
Yeah, you might have to rewire the BL and for the silent board.
For the
They
silent board.
can't make
Really?
they can't make up their mind which pins are the servo control pins. They constantly flip them.
But you can just pop out the cables out of the connector and switch them and push them back in, right?
If you got good eyes and a very fine needle, yes, yeah.
Or
Well,
change the firmware. You can change it in the firmware.
You can.
Not good with firmware yet. Still a noob.
Okay. Yeah, you just go to the pins file. You can switch which pin is what.
Okay, that's good. That's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to try to upgrade the Marlin for that Ender 3, which I've never done before. So.
Come. Yeah.
Puppy time. Liam's got the puppy time.
Come here. Come here. Say hi.
So this is your
Come
wife?
here. Yeah. Say hi.
That's the same way you
Hi. Hi, doggy.
Yeah.
Hi, doggy. Hi.
What's his name?
How you doing?
Her name is Eva.
You want a bone? You want a treat? Want a
No,
bone?
she's not into that. She doesn't like that kind of stuff.
What
Oh.
treats? Or a
Oh,
bone?
No, she's not into that kind of stuff.
Dogs love treats.
If my
She
dog
doesn't
get
like
like
treats.
treats, I can buy more 3D stuff.
No, she doesn't like that kind of stuff. She's
Remember I said that my dog is over here snarling at me wanting something now.
like for her, like a treat for her is
What about?
actually is chicken. She likes chicken.
You know, chicken's not good for dogs, though.
In a minute.
Makes
I don't know where you heard that.
Chicken is very good for dogs.
Dogs love
Protein.
chickens, yeah.
I heard it from a vet. And
No,
As somebody who's done raw feeding, chicken was one of the primary staples.
yeah, I know it's great for them.
Now the
chicken
problem is most people give them too much of the meat. That you need the raw bone with it as well.
Yeah.
I always heard that
Raw
dogs
bone. Make
choke
sure it's
on a
raw
bone's
bone.
breaking up.
Yeah.
Raw. Keyword raw.
Oh, okay.
If it's cooked in any way, steamed, dried out, whatever, do not give it to your dog.
Yeah,
So
the
raw
bones are brittle.
chicken?
Yeah.
But if it's raw, not a problem.
Oh, well, I guess I was talking about cooked.
Huh.
Yeah, cooked chicken is horrible for dogs.
Okay.
Unless you have a dog with a digestive issue, then you use we cook chicken and rice together, and we use that for the digestive issues.
Yeah, and she likes that now. She likes it's in most Asian countries it's called porridge.
Yes, splintery is what I would say.
My mom was a dog breeder for St. Bernards. My wife is one for Samoyeds. Dogs been in my life way too much. Anyways,
I'm just saying what I heard from the vet. She didn't
Yeah,
say
but no, they like porridge, which is chicken and rice cooked together.
Yep. Chicken and rice.
Tim is on. Go ahead real quick.
No, if it's dogs, I can go on for hours, and I don't need to.
Okay. Well, it's been 3 hours, almost 15 minutes, and I'm not going to run it 4 hours today because Tim's on 45 minutes. But thank you everybody for dropping in.
Gotta go join Tim.
And thank you everybody in chat. I really appreciate you coming on and.
Nice to meet you, Jeff.
Like,
nice
and I'll be
You're welcome. You're welcome, Brandy.
Saturday at 1 p.m. doing this all over again. So,
Take
care, everybody. Thank you. Nice meeting you, Jeff. Take care, buddy.
Okay. Take
Bye.
care.
See you shortly, Tim.